Okay. Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, so, or Solo or Broku, who should go first? Or can I ask to go first?
You can go first, I don't care.
Alright, so, the most easiest thing to cover is speed for Asta, which is the most easiest thing to do. So, let me pull up this calc real quick.
Question, do you actually do any of these calculations? Or are you just reading them from other people? Question.
Reading from other people. I do dabble in some
come
calcs, though. I do
on.
dabble in my own. So, as you can check in calcs, here's a calc of Gordon and Gray stopping a light beam before hitting Asta. And then this has been calced to be 162 times FTL. And now, Asta, who fights beings who are stronger than Gauch himself, should scale above Gordon and Gray because they never fought anyone stronger than whoever Asta fought, like the double. So this would be easy to assume that Asta in base is a 162 times FTL. And now, Black Asta form is comparable to Spirit Uno. And Spirit Uno is stated to be many times stronger, and many times is very subjective. So the best I can give it is a 2 times amp, just for the fact that it's unquantifiably above 2. And this is for both speed and power. Okay. So then 162 times 2.
Question: what do you have for power? What about other stats? I already read your ones on speed. I can understand you have a 320 something times faster than light.
324 times.
Okay.
Because Black Asta forms a 2 times multiplier for both speed and power.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And so, what does Natsu have that can get Asta to even close to that speed level?
So if you want to go by speed in general, so you already have Guild Arts, who pre-time skip, just his old base version before beginning of the series, from the Ice Trail spinoff, was able to drastically outspeed Light, which I can show you panels of if you want to. And okay, current Natsu, just in his base...
Is there like a calc for that? Because that can just be relativistic speed.
I mean,
because you know that
I can show you, but I don't. I can show you. I don't go by straight calculations because they vary heavily, especially when it comes to speed. It's way more to go with consistency over something that'd easily be an outlier, especially something like, again, we could easily, I mean, something like Gauch and Gray and Gordon reacting to light speed, something that is something only captains should have been able to use. But let me show you this.
Hold up.
Hang on. Hang on. Here you go. I mean, Asta can only do it from key sensing. Without being able to do it beforehand, he wasn't able to.
He's still reacting to it, though.
He was able to do it specifically with key sensing. Specifically with key sensing, because we know how key sensing works. So he's able to see certain things about the natural energy and foresee body movements.
Okay, and that doesn't change him from reacting
again,
dodge it.
If you're able to aim dodge, you can if you can aim dodge it. If you can aim dodge it, if you know where it's coming beforehand, that's how something like Luffy's able to do it, because he's able to see it before it happens, before it's even casted. And if you want to go, like here it is, I can show you light speed. You already showed when Natsu dodged something at light speed. I can show you Urza intercepting. Urza intercepting.
Reacting and moving his body to light.
But I'm not talking about Asta. I'm talking about characters like Gray, Gordon, Gauch, characters
I can show you scans of them reacting to that as well if you want me to. That's not that hard to prove. Just I can debunk that.
But I'm bringing up that and I'm talking about that's inconsistent, as we've seen. Only because the only characters we've seen that are actually able to keep up with that are straight ones that are in much bigger fights. Not someone like Gray, who has absolutely no combat skills, who is entirely a support character. But like I said, I'm not talking about calculations. I'm showing you.
If it happens many times, you want me to show you some scans?
Because an outlier does. Okay, if it's for characters that we've seen it happen consistent with, someone like Yami, someone like Asta, who we know Asta only able to do it because of key sensing, but then why would characters who are drastically below him be able to do something without key sensing?
You know something called monosensing exists? You do realize that, right?
Answer the question. But where is... but that's not the issue there. If that was, then why weren't they able to regularly keep up with characters that fast when other characters we've seen can casually blitz anyone of that lower level? But as I said, let me finish what I've been saying, please.
Hold on. Before anything, my mic's messing up real quick, so give me a second. I want to fix this.
Okay, but as I just posted the panels of Guild Arts casually outspeeding light, as I've shown. I can bring up. Oh, thank you for the new subscriber.
Better now.
Subscribe to my channel. Yeah. I can show you.
Okay.
You already brought up Natsu. You already brought up Natsu dodging
anything,
Sting's
hold on,
laser.
bring at that point again.
Which
bring
one?
At that point again, because my mic was messing up.
Which
So that's
one?
the entire point. The whole outlier thing.
Because if it's inconsistent with a level that we've seen, someone like
Why would it be inconsistent?
Because Asta already showed to be superior to a lot of the characters at that level prior to key sensing, was already faster. But it wasn't until he got key sensing he was able to do anything at all to anything like speed. You can still have characters that are above and able to go to that level without it contradicting the level.
Do you want me to show you some feats of Asta doing this?
Well, then how can you get characters when you have something like when you have Patri straight moving at light speed and still blitzing other characters without them being able to perceive it?
You know something called increasing your magic can make this, right? This is shown with Yami.
Yami, a captain who's also got key sensing. Faster. Yami, who's also got key sensing. That's one of his main things. Captain, as I said, characters that can keep up with these big characters.
Hold up, before anything.
Meanwhile, meanwhile, when you have,
you don't need key. Hold up.
But like I said, meanwhile, when you have,
you don't need key. You don't need key.
I'm not saying. I'm saying that's a factor for a character, but you gotta let me finish. But characters that we've seen,
you don't need key. You don't need key to react to people who are light speed. Let's pull.
That's how again Asta was able to. Well, then when you have a character like when we saw Magna and Vanessa, when you had Luck, who the elf Luck when using attacks that were at speed of lightning, straight lightning bolts from lightning clouds, that was too fast for him.
That would just mean, why would it just be lightning only? That would just mean lightning in that verse would just be FTL because they scale above.
So if it's natural, because the reason that you go with it being the light magic is this speed is because you assume it's natural. If it's natural, the elements, if it's consistent to the elements, let me finish.
That's appealing to reality.
You're not listening. You're not listening at all. The reason
you can't just say that it's lightning speed when it's shown, then when lightning magic is shown to tag.
So do you under? So
other stuff.
No. Do you?
That's just appealing to reality, right
dude,
there.
Dude, can you let me finish? Or are you just gonna keep talking and let me finish? Can you let me finish?
That's just appealing to reality.
No, you're ignoring.
I don't know how you can say that.
You're ignoring.
That's just fallacious right there.
Are you gonna let me talk? Do I have any form of a chance to talk in this? Because you're only talking over me. You aren't giving me absolutely no chance to talk.
You're cutting me off, though.
I was literally in the middle of I was in the middle of explaining something, and you just jumped on top of it. I didn't even get to finish what I was saying.
I'm telling you why that's wrong.
Let me ask you a question. Do you understand? Let me ask the fucking question. You aren't letting me talk at all.
Appeal to reality, bro.
Let me ask the question.
You know what appeal to reality is? First off, do you know what
Can apparently have judges here. Can I please ask someone to tell him to let me at least finish a single question? You aren't even letting me finish or a single point. You're not letting me finish a single point. I let you get through your point. Can I get through my fucking point?
All right, hold up. I made it. There is times when like both of you were just talking over each other, so I would just advise for you to both of you to stop, like go in intervals, like you say a point, and like Sosa can say a point, because like it's just getting to the point where like Rex, you make a claim, and then later on like Sosa will like try to go, like debunk it for like, and therefore like for you to like not shotgun over and over, so just another way around. So just like.
Can you unmute him?
Okay, let me finish.
Yeah,
I want to ask you a question. Do you understand when it comes to fiction why people don't assume something like magic, the elements aren't instantly like light isn't as fast as light by default, and lightning isn't as fast by default? Do you know why generally people don't do that?
Say that again. Say that again.
So when it comes to fiction, do you get why when you have something like magic, that when it comes especially to power scaling people, you don't assume that light magic is just as fast as light and why lightning is as fast as light?
Why would you wait? Hold on. Why would you not assume it? If there's evidence, why would you not assume it for one? Because there's evidence to support that it is.
That's what I'm asking. The reason why they don't assume it is because it's magic. It doesn't have the natural properties because it's not a natural version. But if you have something. But if you have something, the reason why people say it's fine with Black Clover is because, one, it's both stated and it's shown consistent that it behaves like the natural element, which would obviously assume that all the elements behave like their natural selves. So why would lightning not behave? So why would lightning not behave like natural lightning? Why would lightning not behave like natural?
Why would? That's more specific.
Why specifically light magic? Why did so apparently in the manga where the elements have shown to be consistent with their
magic? It's shown.
Then why?
I can show you the scans of it being specifically light magic. I can show you the scans.
Show me a can that says only light magic is natural to its natural counterpart. That's 100% headcanon. The
Why
reason it's assumed.
Can you prove to me that lightning magic is like natural self? Can you prove to me that?
Because it came from a lightning cloud. When Luffulu straight got into his lightning form, it came from a lightning cloud. Meanwhile, again, as I've been saying, I've been trying to get through speed.
Magic though.
But the reason that people,
right,
the reason people assume that it has the right properties to fit in it is because it's shown that it is the natural version. Elements in Black Clover have consistently shown that they share the properties of their natural counterpart. So why would lightning not share the same properties of normal lightning?
I mean, that would prove that lightning is FTL in their verse, because lightning.
You didn't answer the question.
Light users, or even people who scale to light speed users.
What?
That, right?
So is there a single panel where either luck has hit Patri or Lumiere?
I'm saying to people who scale to light speed.
But you just said lightning has tagged light speed, like the light magic users.
I said light speed
have they?
People, basically light speed people.
But you're only able to do it through power scaling. You have no actual shown panels that say, "Oh, lightning will keep up with light magic." You're 100% headcanon. Meanwhile, like I said,
I can show. Wait, hold on. I can show you feats of luck tagging Asta. I can show you feats.
Yeah, tagging. That's not his natural speed. It's his. It's magic sensing.
You understand that he uses lightning magic to keep up with him? Are you dumb?
No, I just answered the question. You're 100%. So far, I've gotten this. I'm just going to be real quick with it. So far, you just read calculations other people do, and you take them as fact. You go off of you go off of stuff.
What's wrong with that? Wait, hold on. What's wrong with that for one?
Because you just read them as straight. Because you're. Do you know how they work?
Can you debunk? All right, hold on. Can you debunk the calc then? Can you please debunk it? Let's ask you that.
I just told you how it can easily be an outlier because you're using characters
right,
that logic. Yeah, it's using characters that
prove that's an outlier. I want you to prove that's an outlier.
Because you're going off of characters, someone like Gray apparently being able to react and move to someone like Patri, which is ridiculous. But prior to key sensing, the only characters that have shown to be able to do anything to light speed are captains, and the idea of Gray.
No, that's wrong.
Show me prior key sensing. Show me anyone around the level of Gray being able to keep up with light speed Patri. Show me Patri moving at light speed, and show me someone at Gray's level.
Let me get you a scan real quick.
I'm asking specifically for a move that was shown light speed, either his swords or him moving directly at light speed. Okay, you have nothing. Understood. So, I'm gonna further move on because I wanted to.
Repeat the point. I'm asking you to repeat.
No, let me get to the next part. So I would also like to debunk your horrible claim that magic and fairy tale is spiritual energy, which is a lie.
Wait,
That's
hold on,
absolutely against canon.
All right, so if you're gonna move on to the point, you're just gonna see to that point, right?
No, I'm not. Because so far,
wait.
Okay, wait.
Okay, hold on. Rex, you just asked him to prove a claim. But then, you just wanted to move on to something else. Let him prove that claim first.
If he's looking for something, then it's just gonna be sitting in silence. I'm
responding
to something while he's doing it.
Okay. No, that's stupid. If Sosa's trying to get something to directly debunk your claim, and if you go on to something else, he doesn't have time to think about what you're.
Oh, I was just telling you. No, I was answering something. I was answering something that's straight canon. That isn't debate.
Rex, wait. Oh my god. Dude, I'm just asking you.
I know.
To let him prove, just prove your claim first, and then.
Well, no, the thing that I was mentioning wasn't a claim. It was something that he mentioned, or that was straight canon.
Yeah, I know. Okay, it can still be considered.
All right, go ahead.
I'll
wait.
All right, so what is your claim again? Let's ask that.
It was your claim that you said on Twitter that magic and fairy tale spiritual energy.
No, what was the claim before?
A panel of Gray, anyone like Gray, reacting to either the light speed swords or Patri moving directly at light speed.
Well, I can show you an attack of Gauche reacting, reflecting light magic.
Gauche having gone into... Didn't he teleport in? I actually need to look at that. I don't think he teleported in.
It's still reacting, so it doesn't matter. It's still him reacting. Even if he teleported, it's still him reacting to move to block to
But then he...
So it wouldn't really matter.
I'm going to pull up the chapter.
I can show you that scan right now.
But if he's... Is there a direct panel that move also moves at light speed? I have to look that up. Let me look.
Gauche states in the next panel that it moves at light speed.
Fair enough. But I'm not talking about Gauche though. I'm talking about Gray.
Gauche is comparable to Gray though.
No, he is not. Gauche is way stronger than Gray. That's not no.
Why? If he literally got bodied by fucking Sally as well with Gray and everyone else.
Sally only did anything to him because her magic was countering his. Because her salamander
And
messed
she
up his
still bodied all
refractive
of
flame.
them.
Because
No, Gray-
because of a magic
Gray
counter.
counter- no.
Gray only
You're
countered.
forgetting that Gray counters her because she can basically transform.
But
her
that's
magic to
a
something else.
counter. That's not.
But she still
that's,
got body at the beginning.
That's like
body,
no.
that was my point.
That's because
That's
power
my
counter.
point.
That's power counters. That's not having a
What?
superior
She
stat.
still got body is the thing though.
That's not how that.
She still got
no.
body, so.
But that's because that's like saying that Gauche is comparable to Patry, the full power Patry, because you're reflective. No, that's straight power counter. Power countering is something like, oh, if you have any mage with a reflective material, like you could have Lumiere, because logically, as we've seen in Black Clover, you shoot light at a mirror, light magic will reflect off a miror. It doesn't have anything to do with power levels. It has to do with direct counters.
No, magic attributes don't really matter in this verse because the fact that let's look in scan real quick. Magna states that he should have the advantage, but this guy's power is just way too strong, proving that you don't need to have the magic attribute.
But there's
just
a
to
difference between having an advantage and a full on counter. Like again, easy and obvious statement. Do you
fire
think
literally counters ice?
Do you
but
think
he still says that his magic is still too strong?
Do you think
So,
Gauche in any
your
way?
point
Do you
was
think
just
Gauche?
irrelevant.
Do you think Gauche in any way is stat wise comparable to Patry because his mirror is able to deflect it? And by that, do you by that? But I'm not talking. I'm talking specific. But I'm talking about Gray. But that's not what I'm saying. Listen. I'm not talking about that Gauche was able to react to light speed. I'm talking about stats. If you have done enough total
Why does
stats,
stats matter?
I'm because I'm saying that the fact that their power counters theirs, it's not because they did some trick, they didn't do some special move like Zora having one of his reflect traps, specifically something like a reflection.
That's not a stat,
specifically
that's not a stat.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Specifically something like a counter. Sally didn't beat Gauche. She wasn't messing with Gauche.
Counters don't matter. The advantage. All right. You know, magic attribute advantages would be a counter, and I just showed you a scan.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
But a power counter doesn't have anything to do
power
with stats.
Power counter is the same thing as the advantage, bro.
No,
it doesn't matter.
So
if
how
you
does
have the advantage over
so
the
how
opponent with an
tell me
attribute,
how does Gray being able to shift elements somehow translate into her being able to fight with Gauche?
When did I say she fight with Gauche? When did I ever say she
because
fight
you
with
said
Gauche?
you
Like,
said she was
fight against Gauche.
You said she was comparable to Gauche. How at that point is she comparable to Gauche if all she could do is switch the element? How does she in any way compare stats if all she can do is shift other people's magic?
Say that again.
If she can because she wasn't able to affect Sally because Sally and her had comparable stats. She's just that her magic is able to shift other magics, which also isn't even really that comparable because she was boosted by Gauche's Mirror Brigade.
Can you prove that? Can you actually prove that?
I mean, she had multiple copies of herself when Gauche.
I was asking you to prove that.
The panel?
Prove that?
When Gauche.
Prove that.
Okay, when Gauche.
I'm asking you to prove that she was. I'm asking you to prove she was amped. I'm just asking you.
I'm talking about the fact that there were more of her and she was able to affect that quantity. Otherwise, why would she need to have that many?
I'm just asking you to prove it.
Answer the question. Why would she need to have more versions of herself if one was enough?
Can you please prove your point?
I'm asking for the logic. Why would they?
I'm just asking you to prove that she was amped.
I'm asking for the logic. What was the point of making copies of her if it only take one?
Why are you reversing it? Why are you reversing is my question.
Because that goes completely against what happened with any logic.
I'm just asking you to prove it. If it's against logic, then it's not that hard to prove it with the scan.
Yeah, because
it's not that hard.
Okay.
So then do it.
Okay, I'll just show the panel of Gauche making a bunch of copies of her. It's easy. It makes absolutely no sense.
When you say amp, does she get amp in like
as in copies, not a magical boost.
Stats, her own stats, like.
As in she wouldn't, as in straight numbers. There were multiple versions of her to do that much larger quantity.
So then you should have just said that there's multiple copies of her.
You're misinterpreting. That's I said. I'm talking about volume. I said people to volume.
Right?
But if she's not able to compete with that version of Sally, if it comes to straight her, that's why Gauche needed multiple copies. But again, how does power counter translate to stats? That's what I'm saying.
It wouldn't though.
Exactly. So how is she? That's exactly. So how is she comparable to Gauche? How can you say she's comparable to Gauche? You already said she's comparable to Gauche.
Because they fought alongside each other against Sally. and then they did fairly well altogether.
She didn't really. All she did was get thrown and convert someone else's magic while Gauch
That
was
doesn't
fighting.
change the fact that they still fought together and beat her ass. That doesn't change it.
While she
No,
wasn't
right?
getting targeted, while no one was paying attention to her. This is as ridiculous as the
Alright, can you please
soccer.
prove that she wasn't being targeted? Can you please prove that then?
The fact that she wasn't the one being attacked, they were going after
Okay,
Gauch in the base.
prove it then. Send us
Okay.
in. Can you please prove it?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the chapter. Let me find it. Is it 150 somewhere? What chapter did Henry show up? Was that 140s? It was low 140s. Sally wasn't even looking at her. She was looking at Henry. I'll show you the panel right. Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
And what chapter is it?
Let me see. I think it's 141. Yeah, 141. I'll post it right now. She's directly looking at Henry. You can see she's not. Her head isn't even turned.
141, right?
Yeah, I just posted the panel. Even when she's around her, she didn't even look at Gray. She's still looking at Henry.
Where are you posting this?
I posted in your general. Her head isn't even turned. Where's that? I wasn't even opening that one. Where's that?
Hold up. Do you not have scanned open or no?
I do now. I'm posting it. There we go.
Alright, repeat your point.
She wasn't even looking at her, so how can you say she's comparable? She didn't even
pay...
pay...
at the clone, right?
She's not. She's looking at Henry. She's looking at Henry directly across from her while he's in the Black Bull base, because they just squared up.
Wait, are you trying to say that? Are you like, wait, hold up. Did you say that I was saying that?
You were saying that I was talking about Gray, and you were saying Gray was comparable to Gauch because she was able to do anything here, but she wasn't because she didn't do anything to actually show a combat level for that. Sally wasn't even looking at her. She paid no attention to her. She wasn't even looking at her while there were multiple versions of her around her salamander.
The point being comparable is that she did this with the same time as Gauch, and then Gauch has FTL reactions.
No, they are not comparable. He looks at her, makes multiple copies around.
Why are they not comparable?
Where is it comparable? He looks at her and makes copies of her. How is that comparable?
Because they work together to defeat Sally.
Where are you getting the stat equalization here? He looks at her and makes copies.
Why does the stats matter?
Because you can't say a character is close to another one because they looked at her. That is ridiculous. He looked at her and then made copies of her. They didn't do anything that showed that she was around his speed at all. There was nothing in there. There was no Gauch did some attack and it's like, oh, well, here's Sally keeping up with him. Not once did that happen. Not once did that happen. And again, you were saying that she fought alongside and she was not able to do anything to Sally because Sally wasn't even looking at her. She paid no attention to her as she was fighting this big fucking mech. You didn't even remember the events of the chapter. You're saying that they're comparable. She paid no attention to her. She didn't even look at her. I'm not disagreeing that Asta is able to do stuff like that. My entire last 10 minutes like Gray isn't. That's ridiculous.
What was the original point again? Let me ask that real quick.
I was saying that Gray does not scale comparable to someone like Asta or even Gauch.
Why not?
Because
she's shown the reaction.
She's not she has absolutely no feats. No, she does not.
You want me to send you a scan of that? I can send you a scan of
Do it. The point you just made was that she was able to keep up with Gauch and Sally. She didn't even do anything. He looked at her. He didn't say go in and then cast a spell while she was moving. He looked at her, made copies, mid-air
I
around
can show
her.
you a scan of Gray just reacting to the light beams that Gauch was firing.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, cool.
Name the chapter number. What chapter number is it?
186. So if you check in scans real quick, Gray is having a rock, and then she throws at the light beam to turn into a mirror in time before that beam hits her. This would be an FTL reaction in combat speed, but I can't quantify it, sadly. And then later on, they stop the attack from before hitting Asta, which is where the calc comes from.
Hang on. You don't see the beam going, and she knew where it was coming from because she throws it directly at the mirror that's pointing at her. Because she knew where it was coming from. You can't go for no. That's because she knew where it was coming from. There's literally one. There's literally
the beam hits her.
no. There's literally one. There's literally one. No. There's literally one. No. There's one spot it's coming from. She knows the only place that she has to throw it is directly in front of her. She absolutely does not.
That doesn't change it.
Yes, it does. If you know somebody's gonna do something.
Mike.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, real quick, Mike, is there a way for like you to like turn down your mic just like a little bit, because like you're just like kind of like echoing over him. So I don't think you can properly.
Who?
You or Rat can't properly hear.
I'll just move a little bit away from my mic.
Yeah.
There we go.
Turn down and move away.
I think we should get back on actually talking about Asta and not Gray. I just realized we've been doing this for like 20 minutes to sidetrack.
Well, the point being that Asta was scaled above Gray in combat and reaction speed, and so making that 162 times FTL.
Okay.
And the fact that Gray reacts to this beam and then throws the rock to into a mirror before the laser beam hits her would just be an FTL reaction combat speed feed. And then later...
I don't agree with that at all. No, Asta, yes. Gray, no. She knows where it's coming from.
Why not Gray? She does it right here.
Because if a guy points a gun at your head and you know where it's coming from, and you get it, because she knows exactly where it's coming from. That's why she did it.
That doesn't change it from it.
So someone
throws the rock.
Because it's the only. Because it's show me the beam going at her before she threw it.
Sure. You in the same direction she's coming from, and I'll also send the panel before.
You can see a beam. There's no proof that it's the one that she threw at.
All right, hold on. Let me send it to you real quick.
I would like to get back on topic though and stop talking about Gray. So we were like half hour in almost. We haven't even talked about really anything on topic.
Well, I'm just saying that Asta scale of Gray and common reactions.
Can we actually?
It'll be 162.
Okay, I can agree that Asta is up there. Can we? Okay.
Well, wait, here's the panel.
Okay, wait, Rex. Are you steel manning?
Huh? What'd you say?
You just said like you agree that.
No, I agree. I agree about Asta. I don't agree about Gray. That's why I was saying that I'd like to get off Gray because Gray has nothing to do with this.
Okay. Right. So right now you agree with Asta.
I mean, yeah. Asta.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, that's why I was saying we should just get back on topic.
Okay, sure.
We've been talking about Gray. We talked about Gray for like.
All right. Yeah. Y'all can just leave this up.
No, that's why I was saying that I agree with Asta, and then we were wasting time.
Yeah, sure. But but Sosa really wants to finish this point though. But just let him do that and just move.
All right. So I guess you want to steel man. All right. So 162 times FTL base Asta. And then you would stack on the Black Asta multiplier being 2, and then so that's 324.
Okay.
Where does Natsu have any feats?
I already showed. I posted. I already posted one. I'll post it again actually. I posted it on the channel.
I was gonna ask you.
So here's Guild Arts directly outspeeding light. Multiple beams from multiple directions. You already know about Natsu and the laser, but
has this been calced or anything like that? Because
I don't know.
Say it's the relativistic speed or anything like that.
I mean,
relativistic speed feat.
I mean, if he's able to move his arm faster than a beam that's literally about to touch him, then I can easily say that it's faster than light. I mean, you can see the one closest to him.
You have a calc for that or anything like that?
Again,
you can just say that this is just a high-end relativistic plus feat.
I mean, if we're just gonna go by calculations, then we can just go straight into power level stuff instead of just speed. Because if that case,
power levels matter.
because at that point, Asta's not getting close to Natsu, and the heat radiation alone is gonna kill him.
Why?
So,
wait, hold up. Power levels for what?
are we gonna? If we talk about,
Hold up. Asta would just blitz Natsu.
No,
Asta would just blitz Natsu.
how would he even get close to him? How is he getting past the heat radiation? How's he getting past heat radiation? So
I would just argue Black Asta because the fact that
so
if you remember correctly,
so his
when in the Hot Spring arc, Asta was able to turn to Black Asta form.
So it's
and
heat
then
resistant, but there's
neg.
heat from lava.
You can see the scans. You can see them in.
I know through lava heat. There's absolutely zero heat feats in Black Clover that are comparable to Fairy Tail at all. Natsu has body heat, no fire feats that have a melting steel. Just body heat alone.
Volcano area. Still volcano. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me get some scans for magma real quick.
Okay, Natsu's burnt time, which to burn a concept to burn a concept of
time for one.
when he fought Zareth. I can post the panel.
Prove that?
So
please prove that.
I will. I can show you the panel. I can tell you haven't read the series. I mean, earlier you said that magic and fairy tale is spiritual energy. I'm doing it right now. So, statement from Zareth, both specifying magic and time, after he absorbed infinite magic and after he absorbed a connect point in between the ravines of time, which was caused by time travel opening a hole in reality. Natsu burnt time. Time itself.
Wouldn't this just be a hacks? Like
no.
Burning hacks. Why would
so,
that be hacks?
So the temperature to be able to burn time, a concept of reality similar to that of
can you quantify the
yes, because similar to
all right, what's the quantification?
It's 10 to the 32nd power. It's called Planck temperature. It's the opposite of absolute zero.
Like
yes, I can show you right now. Planck temperature. Planck temperature, let me find it. It's 10 to the 32nd power. 10, yeah, let me find it.
And also, wouldn't this just be him burning magic as well? Because he literally states my magic.
Yeah, and time itself. And he burnt the magic that he burnt something that was infinite.
So a hacks. Basically,
I just told you to burn
magic. He's just burning magic.
So
and that's just a hack.
No, I just told you he specifies specifically both magic and time because he took control of a hole in reality. No, I just told you how you do that. It's just the same.
Prove it's not a hack. I'm asking you to prove it's not a hack.
I'm trying.
Wait. Can y'all both? Y'all are both interrupting each other. Rax go first, then Sosa explain your point, because you're both interrupting each other and you're going in circles.
Alright.
Okay, I'm mentioning, you can't, it's the exact same as absolute zero. Absolute zero, theoretically, as people, you can look this up, theoretically can stop time.
Provide the link.
I'm getting it right now.
I'm not gonna look up something that's not my point. I just need you to link it. It's not mine. Just link it.
I'm doing that. I just told you, I'm looking up the link.
Look, y'all disrupting each other again. Look, this is what's gonna happen. Sosa, state your claim first. You got 3 minutes to state your claim. Then Rack.
Black nigga song.
Here you go.
If you want organized.
Yeah, I'm saying it's the same. Absolute zero theoretically can stop time. The exact opposite is Planck temperature, which is heat instead of zero energy, which is 10 to the 32nd degrees Kelvin, where the laws of physics cease to exist.
Okay, so how's that time?
I just told. What do you mean? He burned it to a point.
How's that time?
To the laws of. I just told you he burned. It got up to the point where it was burning the laws of physics and reality. It was burning a concept, time. The exact same, because just like absolute.
Wait, he was burning the concept of time. Can you prove that time is a concept in fairy tale?
Why would he state specifically differentiating between magic and time?
You could say something like that. It doesn't mean it's a concept.
After he took control of time, he was. So did you read the series? He was literally doing that to reset reality. That's why he had time magic.
Still isn't a concept.
So explain to me what time is then.
Why would you need to explain it if I'm asking you to prove it's a concept? You said the concept
of
time. It's a concept.
A concept of time. The flow of time. Do you really need me to explain to you how time is a concept?
I'm asking you to prove it's a concept.
So time, part of the universe, natural flow of time, time magic, something that he was using literally to reset a flow of the universe, a law of reality, he literally burnt into nothing. So answer the question. How does Asta withstand that? What does Asta have even for the durability to? What does Asta have even without that? Let me answer.
Like I'm not like.
So hang on.
The point is, I'm asking you to prove that he burned the concept.
So let me. How about this? I'm
asking you to prove that he burned the concept.
I'm gonna say. How about this? How about I ignore this entirely? Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just.
No? Are you gonna ignore it or no?
You're asking how he burnt. I literally just showed the panel. So how come
he burned the concept of time? Can you prove that?
I mean, Zarev just states it on panel. So why is it that when a character specifically states something for Black Clover, it's fine, but if a character in Fairy Tail specifically states something differentiating
something like that,
differentiating after he took control?
That doesn't mean my hand
yeah,
is a concept.
he did it because he
Can
literally.
You prove that he burnt? Can you prove that he burned the concept
yes,
of time?
because if Natsu didn't, the time prior to where he literally obliterated Zarev's body, he reversed time to before it happened. If he didn't do something, even if he didn't burn time...
Can you provide scans, please?
Yes.
Can you please provide scans?
Here you go. He literally destroyed his body. Zarev reversed time. He reversed any of that from happening. He reversed his entire physical annihilation. Because he could control time.
So how did Natsu burn the concept of time?
I just told you plank temperature.
Okay, that doesn't mean it's the fucking concept of time. It doesn't prove it's a concept. You know that, right? That doesn't prove it's a concept.
So then what makes it a concept?
It being stated. You know that, right?
He has to state that a natural flow of the universe is a concept as time.
Basically, because like you can
that's
say
fucking that's ridiculous.
You can say, all right,
that a natural flow of time, the natural flow of time needs to get stated. The thing that anybody
can you prove it? Because you can't just say it's a concept without any evidence.
It literally says, as I've shown, the laws of physics, natural parts of the universe, time. What is time then? Can you give me an answer then? What is time?
Well, I didn't answer that if you still haven't proven that he burned.
Answer the question. What is time then?
Why didn't you
answer the question? If time is not a concept, what is it? If time is not a concept, what is it?
Okay, so
then what is it?
Concept, so then you can't say he burned. If I'm saying if he didn't burn the concept of time, then it would just be a hack of anything.
Answer the question though. If time is not a concept, what is it?
Well, I still need. Well, I'm asking you.
Then what is it? What else could it be? Why would something that is a natural flow of the universe like time not be a concept? It's a human concept. The flow of time.
A human concept? What?
Answer the question. What is it then if it's not a concept? What is time? If time is not like a concept or a law of the universe, what is it? What is it then? Do you have an answer?
Wait, say the answer again?
If time is not a concept, if it is not a law of the universe, then what is it? Do you have any possible theory of what you could explain that time is?
On time for this?
What? Yes.
I'm just asking. I'm making sure. I'm trying to listen to this.
It's a concept of reality, time. It's like burning space.
Wait, what? All right. You already admitted that it wasn't a concept. For one.
I'm saying it's a concept. I'm saying it is. It's time.
Why?
It's a law of the universe.
That's a concept, then. I'm still asking.
But I'm asking you if it's not a concept. If it's not a
concept.
If it's not a concept, what is it?
Wait, so are you saying
what else could I'm asking you because you're saying it. Oh, well, they prove it is. Then what is it? If you want me to prove what it is, what else could it be?
Give me a concept for one.
Okay, then what is it?
It's not a concept.
What is it?
It just acts.
What is it? No, it's not. If you were, it's the exact. As I've said, it's the exact opposite. It's absolute zero. It's the same way that absolute zero affects time is Planck temperature, 10 to the 32nd power of Kelvin.
I'm just asking you.
You're so far. It's like it can't be that, but I don't know what it is. I mean, it can't be this, but do I know what it is? No. But again, answer the question.
I mean-
Outside
I
of
mean,
that,
if you can't
outside
prove
of that,
it, then
what
you can't
durability?
claim-
So
if you can't prove it, then you can't claim it. Thing.
as a natural flow of the universe is time. Do I need to prove time? Do I need to go get a time measurement? Do I need to go get a show? Hey,
You need to prove that's a concept,
they have
because
clocks.
I'm saying you need to prove that time in this verse would be a concept, and he burned the concept of time.
Then what is time in real life?
What? How would be false equivalence? Why are you comparing real life to fiction?
What do you have as evidence to say that time isn't the same there?
I've never made that. I'm just saying it's not a concept.
Yes, it is. But okay,
if you're saying it is, then prove it's a concept.
Outside of that, what does Asta have for durability to compete with Natsu?
So wait, so you're gonna move on to a new point?
You're not answering. You're not answering my last point. You're
I'm
saying
telling
I
you
don't know
to
what
prove
it.
it's a concept.
You're saying
I'm
you
just
don't.
telling you to prove-
You're
I'm just
saying
telling you to
you're
prove it's a
saying
concept
that
or not.
something like time. It's like saying,
Both-
proof space is a thing.
Bonnie, wouldn't that just be reversing the
Proof-
burden of proof?
I'm asking you. Then what is it? You're saying, that can't be the same as normal reality. Then what is it?
You're just reversing the burden of proof.
I'm asking. You're the one saying that it's not a concept. Then what else could it be?
It's not a concept.
Then
Just
what
a hack.
is it?
Just a hack. It just
No,
says hack.
it isn't. As I said,
Oh my
the
God.
ways that you
Okay.
can affect
Okay.
time,
Wait,
the way that you affect time with heat
You niggas can just move on to a new point now. Just go to the judges.
all I'm saying is, when it comes to heat affecting time, it is 10 to the 32nd powered Kelvin. That is how heat affects time. That is scientifically how heat affects time. The same way that cold affects
Alright,
time.
So you're saying that it's passive? Are you trying to say it's passive?
In his Savage Dragon Fire, his flames are 10 to the 32nd Kelvin. But even
That's
regularly,
my question. Is it passive? Like, is it?
I'm talking about
burning
specific.
passive?
I'm talking specifically in that state. Yes.
So in that state, then.
But that's the same as talking about Black Asta.
that
That's a
state.
specific
In that
state.
state, right? In
Yes.
that state, right?
In that specific
Alright,
state.
So then, if it's in that state, then I would just argue that
Then-
Asta can
so-
transform
or-
into
so-
Black Asta on
So
the
if
go.
we're gonna talk about base, what does he have to get close to even base?
No,
Natsu?
I'm not talking about base. I'm just saying that I would just argue that Asta turns into Black Asta mode on the go. I can show you scans of him doing this.
Yeah, but even Black Asta, how does he get close to 10 to the 32nd powered Kelvin of heat?
You're saying in that state, so then Natsu wouldn't do that in base. You're saying in that state.
Okay, but if we're gonna talk about Asta going his upper form, then why would you not assume that? Okay, well then the idea of Natsu goes for. If you want to talk, if you want to talk about just base.
For one, Asta
So,
can do on the go. He can just blitz.
Okay,
Natsu,
so
I'm
Black.
saying.
So what does Black Asta have?
Stop
to even,
interrupt.
So what does Black Asta have to even compare to base Natsu's heat level, to his base power level?
I'm saying
The heat radiation,
I'm
the
saying
level
that
output that Natsu has in
Asta would
base.
just blitz. I would just say that.
How does he get past the heat
Asta-
radiation and not getting
I'm just
incinerated?
saying, dude. I'm just saying.
How does he
Asta
get
would just
pa-
blitz
how does he get
that
pa-
before he gets into that? Because you say it was in that specific state. So,
So,
meaning that
but even in base,
Natsu and that state are completely different.
but even in base, he's above him. Even in base, he scales
Alright,
to
can you prove that?
Ethereon.
Alright,
So
can
do
you
you
prove
know?
that then?
So I'm
Can
asking
you
you a
prove that
question.
then?
Do you know how powerful Ethereon? So Ethereon starts at wall.
I'm asking you to prove that. I'm asking you to
Which
prove
one?
that.
Which one? That he's stronger?
Claim that not not
Yeah.
into that base.
I didn't say he could do that base. I'm saying even his base level is stronger than what Black Asta can dish out. So do you know what Ethereon is?
Wait, hold up. So then you're saying his base power?
I'm saying his base power is still stronger than Asta. And total.
I would
So do you? So are you? So do you know?
hold up.
So
Before we move on to that, I would just argue that not Asta would just stab him once and then just gets his.
How does he get close to
actually,
him?
No, his energy strain. His
He
energy
doesn't-
Strain, 'cause
so-
I'll show you scans of the Demon Dweller sword just
Oh, so you.
taking away energy. I'll just show you.
How
right
does
now.
he? How does he get
Check his
close?
scans.
I already know you don't know how magic and fairy tale works.
Not Asta would just blitz him because he's 162
How does-
in base,
how does
and
he
then
get-
he can transform into Black Asta.
How does he get past
So
the
that's
heat level?
324.
How is he getting past his heat level in general? So do you know where Natsu scales to right
You're
now?
sa-
Do you
you're
know?
saying-
Do you know how
You're
powerful?
saying that in that specific state. So
No,
then
I
what's
don't.
in base?
That was one I was.
So
I was. if we're-
Asta would blitz Natsu before he gets to that form.
But he doesn't
and
need
then
that
just
form.
stabs
I was
him.
talking specifically about that in terms of
You
heat.
just said in that state.
I was
Yeah,
talking
It's not
speci-
in base.
I was
It's not in base.
I was talking specifically about the heat levels of Fairy Tale Feats versus the heat feats of Black Clover. If you want to talk about
You
base,
just said in that. You just said in that specific.
I know.
state
I was
that
talking
it's not
specific.
base.
I was talking
Hold on,
specifically.
Can we get judges to answer?
I'm
confirm
talking
this?
I was talking specifically about heat stuff when you were talking about Asta's black form being able to resist the
No.
heat of lava, but not even touching
Hold on,
lava,
can we
just
get-
the near
Can
heat
we
of
get
lava.
judges? Can we get judges to really answer this? All right, so he said that in that state, meaning that it's not in base form.
But that's not. I'm not talking about he only can beat him in that state. I'm talking about specifically heat. You were saying that. Oh well.
No, you're saying that heat level would just be only for that state.
I
So then
know,
that's
but
why
I was
that's why I'm
talking. I
telling
was
you.
talking
You
specifically.
just said that. That's why I'm asking the judges to confirm that.
But I'm talking specifically about heat feats. I'm not talking about he could only win in that state. I was talking specifically about because you said Black Asta was able to
You
be
just
around.
said that in that specific state, so I'm asking the judges to confirm
wait.
that.
Are you? You're not even listening to me when I'm talking.
Okay, wait.
You're not listening at all.
This is a misrepresentation. They're actually talking about heat, but it doesn't matter now. Just like you niggas can just go on to the next one because this is.
Well, I was talking specifically about Black Asta's heat resistance levels were not up to that level. But if you want to talk about base, base is still beyond Black Asta. Natsu scales beyond anybody in Black Clover right now. Ethereon is beyond anything in Black Clover, and that's base Natsu.
Base. Well, anything. Well, if anything, I would just argue Asta just stabs him.
How does he get close to him? How does he get close to the power output that he'd just be radiating from his normal fire?
Anti-magic would just neg it.
He can't. His magic is not absolute. We've seen it. It does not automatically cancel anything. It takes more anti-magic the stronger the spell. We saw that when he went up against Patri's Judgment Cannon. We saw when he went to go dispel Luck. It took way more effort than it did against the first elf that they dispelled. It takes more anti-magic for the spell. What does he have to even what does Black Clover in total have to even compare to Fairy Tail's Ethereon? Something that Natsu scales to in its base form. Ethereon is continent level for our standards because the fairy.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, yes, I can. I absolutely can. The Fairy Tail continent Fiore, or the Fairy Tail country Fiore, which is a small country in Fairy Tail, is over 6,000 kilometers in diameter from canon distance between Hargion to Magnolia is 370 kilometers.
All right, can you still send scans for this?
Yes. I'm literally doing that. Are they instantly up? No, I'm pulling them up right now. The blast zone of Ethereon is fully stated multiple times to be able to engulf a whole country. They're talking specifically about its blast radius, its level of explosion, is able to engulf a country in Fairy Tail. The small countries in Fairy Tail are more than 6,000 kilometers in diameter, which are as big as our real-life continents. It's cross-dimensional magic that Natsu scales to in base form.
All right, so let me ask you again on this. So the Ethereon is a continental?
It is continental, and that he scales to in base.
Why? Wait,
because
I'm asking you still to prove that. All right.
That he scales or what?
So I'm asking you so how is the Ethereon continental again?
Okay, so they talk specifically about how it's able to destroy countries, and they say just blast radius alone. I just showed you the panel, and they fired it. They fired it.
What is the state that can destroy countries?
It's on the page. I just posted it. They're saying. It's in the third one that it can engulf an entire country within its blast radius, and they fired it 1 year prior to this. They already know this. They've already used it. They used it prior to ward off Albreth from invading.
Wait, hold up. All right, so you're sending the scan where you sent the blast radius?
They're talking specifically the blast radius of cross-dimensional magic.
So then how is this? Where does it say country exactly? I'm asking.
The third panel. The third
panel?
The third.
All right, so then it's country, correct? How is it continental if it's just country?
Continental. So their countries are as big as our continents. Their small countries are as big as our continents, and I can show you the panel where we get a canon distance between.
I mean, it says country specifically.
I know, but countries of their size. Countries of their size. Their size countries are bigger than ours. Yes, I can show you. I just told you. I'm pulling it up. Do you listen to when anybody talks beside yourself? Hold on. I can show you a direct distance given from Demaria and Wall when they talk about the distance between Hargion and Magnolia. They said the distance between where they were to the shore was 30 kilometers. Well, the full distance between them to Fairy Tail was 400 kilometers, meaning the distance between Magnolia and Hargion is 370 kilometers. Right? 400 minus 30.
Can you provide the calc?
I can literally show you the scaling right now.
I'm not asking you to prove the calc because you can just say anything.
I can do it. I know how to do things myself. I know how to do calculations. It's literally pixel scaling. It's super easy. It's literally just basic math. So the distance between Hargion to Magnolia, all right, 370 kilometers. The width of Fiore, right there you can see, compared 934 pixels to 53 pixels, all right?
All right.
Pull up a
So
calc.
is this yours? Is this your calc or?
I'm literally showing you what I'm doing right now. So 934 divided by 53 times 370. That is 6,520 kilometers wide. That is the small size for their countries. So even if we assume that they're talking specifically, the smallest country is what they're referring to. That's as big as our continents. That's bigger than America. That's like the size. I think that's bigger than Russia. I don't know the exact width of Russia off the top of my head. What is that?
All right. Before anything, can I ask you to like send the things for your pixel scaling? Because I'm still a little bit confused.
I just showed you.
Yeah.
They're in scans.
I know, but like the pixel measurements and all that. What is that all equal to?
I just showed you that the 53, as you can see, the green line is the distance between Magnolia and Hargion. That is the distance they were talking about. The distance they were to Hargion was 30 kilometers. The total distance they were to Fairy Tale was 400 kilometers. 400 minus 30, 370. Yes?
Wait.
Yes? 400 minus 30.
Wait, hold on. I'm asking you that. Okay. I'm asking you that. Sorry. So basically, Magnolia to Hagion, 53, right?
370. And that's 53 pixels. That 53 pixels is 370 kilometers.
All right.
It's literally 934 divided by 53 times 370. It's super basic math. Yes? Yes.
All right. So then basically, what is the pixel measurements, like the pixel mean exactly?
That's how big the country is. What do you mean?
That's how big?
That's how wide. That's how I just showed you. That is the width of Fiore, a small country. I can show you how big their continent is, which also pulls over to the Dragon Cry, which was able to wipe out their continent, which is the diameter of Earthland is over 10 times the diameter of Earth. Which that movie is, in fact, canon. And then we can pull over the Phoenix that was, in fact, far weaker than Zeref and Agnologia.
Wait, hold on. Did you say the movies are canon?
Both movies are canon.
Did you say that right now?
Both movies are canon, yes.
Can I ask you to prove that?
Yes, both movies have been shown to be canon in 100 Years Quest.
Can you prove that? Can you like prove
I'm pulling up the scans. Do you think I don't know what you want me to do?
I'm just asking you that.
I'm doing it. I'm pulling it up. Why would I not pull up stuff as I'm saying it? I've been doing that this whole time. So here are the Quantum Knights, who were the 4th generation Dragon Slayers introduced in Dragon Cry, which later led into the Dragon Eaters, who are the 5th generation Dragon Slayers. And here in when Natsu went to his beta heaven, you have Eclair, who he can only see people that have died that he knew, which does include Eclair and Momon, which only would make sense if the movie was canon.
So Dragon Cry, correct?
Both Dragon Cry and Phoenix Priestess are canon. Both movies.
Wait, how are both movies?
I just showed you the second panel. If you look,
you said to Dragon Cry. You said for this for Dragon Cry.
Both. I posted 2 panels. I posted 2 different pages. I can zoom in on the second one if you want. In this second one, when Natsu goes into his beta heaven, he can only see people that he knew that were dead. As you can see right there, you have Eclair and Momon, who are from Phoenix Priestess who died. Which only would make canon sense if that movie was canon. Would make absolutely no sense if it was not canon. Which the Phoenix does scale to Natsu in his Dragon Force, which was able to wipe out everything on the surface of the planet. So Continental and Base. Not including Lightning Flame Dragon, not including Fire Dragon King mode, not including Dragon Force.
So base, exactly.
Base, just base. If you want to go into Dragon Force is more than a 10 times multiplier.
Why exactly?
Because Mishima gave stats to all of the members of Tartaros, And Marred Gear was more than 10 times that of Franmoth, who Natsu fought around evenly with. And the second Natsu went Dragon Force, he was able to shit stomp Marred Gear.
Can you please provide like those scans?
Yes, I can. What was that? Volume 48. I know, that's 46, I think. I'll pull it up. So here are the stats for Tartaros, which are in Volume 46 Extras. Marred Gear, just on attack alone, is 10 times Franmoth. He's 10 times his defensive, and he's more than 10 times his speed. And Natsu, once he went into Dragon Force, rage stomped the hell out of Marred Gear. That being pre-skip, not even his full version of a Dragon Force, that once he was so much stronger after the time skip that he was able to foderize people that could contend with guild arts.
Wait. All right. For anything. So you're saying that it's a 10-time multiplier, correct?
It's at least a 10-time multiplier.
Because Natsu scales to that, or
because he beat somebody, he rage stomped somebody that was more than 10 times somebody that was around his level prior. Natsu fought around with Franmoth, who was able to take his attacks, who was able to keep up with him in speed. Marred Gear is more than 10 times Franmoth, and Natsu was able to stomp him once he went to Dragon Force.
Franmoth, correct?
Franmoth. I did the third guy on there and the first guy on there. Marred Gear.
So then wouldn't this just mean that Dragon Force is comparable to that, not a multiplier or anything like that?
If
do you have like any famous support that it's a multiplier?
If he's able to suddenly stomp somebody that is 10 times someone... If somebody is 10 times your level, if somebody is canon 10 times your level, and you have a power-up that you can then blitz and stomp them, then you have easily increased more than 10 times. You have to overcome somebody that is 10 times above you. And he didn't just get stronger, he blitzed him. He blitzed somebody that was more than 10 times his level.
Marred Gear or not?
Marred Gear. Natsu, once went Dragon Force, blitzed Marred Gear. And I can post those panels too.
Why would that assume it's like a 10-time multiplier? Why do you have like any justification for that?
If he's just
if
he just blitzed somebody that was 10 times him,
okay, so that just means
why would the power up
multiplier.
Why would the power up not be 10 times? Even the far inferior version that he got from even the far inferior version he got from version he got from Jalal back in the Arasion Caesar. He said even that version he felt 3 times stronger.
Can you send the scan for that?
Yes, I can.
Real quick, Rax, did you prove the 10 times multiplier?
I proved the 10 times multiplier by... Oh, 1 second. I am pulling up the one of a statement of a lesser one being a 3 times multiplier. But also, here we go. He said he's 2 to 3 times his normal power level. And that was a far inferior version of Dragon Force before scales even changed colors.
So it said,
so this is
normal power, correct?
Wouldn't this
just be AP, not speed?
No, magic applies to everything in Fairy Tail. Their bodies are fueled entirely by magic. That's why.
That exactly?
Yes, yes, I can. That's why when they have no magic, they literally get hospitalized because they can die from magic deficiency. That's why Natsu collapses from motion sickness. That's why Dragon Slayers collapse from motion sickness, because they can't use magic, and it makes it so their bodies can't fuel themselves with the natural thing they need. That's how magic...
Are you sending the scan to support that it's also for speed?
It's literally their entire body. It's literally their entire body.
Okay, so he says normal power. It just doesn't say it's speed or anything like that.
It's their magic...
That would just be for AP.
Their magic goes to their normal body. And somebody, Zero, who beforehand... Okay... I'm doing that. Do you think I'm not? Do you think I just forgot that you've been asking for every single thing that I've stated? Someone like Zero, who after he powered up was able to blitz. The second he powered up, he was able to blitz Zero. And I can show you the exact panel that he was able to do it. Prior, Zero, somebody that was toying with Natsu, who literally took absolutely everything just to keep up with his attacks. After that point of a power-up, he was able to compete with him. Somebody who was comparable to, you know, he was a guildmaster, comparable to a wizard saint, stronger than Jura, that Natsu suddenly was at that point able to contend with. A move that point-blank range that he could barely keep up with afterwards, he was able to backhand like nothing. It accounted for everything. If it was just power, he wouldn't have been able to keep up with Zero in speed. Magic and Fairy Tail applies to their entire body. It applies to everything.
I'm looking at your screen right now.
Okay. And just as a side though, Magic and Fairy Tail is not spiritual energy. It's called Ether Nano.
Where do you have Natsu's speed at correctly? I'm asking.
For what?
Where do you have his speed as? What I'm asking.
Faster than light.
Wait, why exactly?
Feats from both guild arts, feats from Urza, feats from himself.
Can you provide the scans for that?
I already posted the guild art scans of guild arts outspeeding
Yeah,
light.
but I'm asking you to provide the scans for Urza and him.
Okay, I can show you Urza intercepting a meteor that came from a distance multiple planets away. Makes me wonder if you've actually read the series.
Was that been calced? Because then you can just say that's unquantifiably like or something.
It literally crossed the distance of planets by the time Urza leaned up.
Okay, so then is that been calced or no?
If all you can ask is if it has someone did a calculation on
You
it.
can't assume that. You can't assume it's a certain speed level.
It literally crossed the distance of planets and the time it took her to lean upwards.
Okay, so that's like unquantifiably FTL.
Oh my. Okay, unquantifiably faster than light, something that base Natsu can do. And then okay, cool, 10 times plus multiplier.
So like 10 times FTL?
No, that you just.
Why? Why would it not be 10 times? If you
can't
10 quantify
10 times even more. So you can get the distance. It literally took in time for Urza to lean upwards, probably like less than 5 seconds. And the time it took it across multiple planets.
Can you justify the time frame?
Her literally leaning up. She literally pushed on the ground, and by that time, the meteor was there. It was in the atmosphere. She could physically see it after it crossed the distance to make the planet look small.
Okay, for one, alright. So if this is unquantifiably FTL, then you can't assume it's anywhere higher than light speed. So now it would just be baseline.
It's faster than light. It's much faster.
Why? All right. How many times more faster? How many times more faster? How many times more faster, please?
Okay, give me a guess at how long it would take someone to lean up a couple inches.
Why would I need to give you a guess? Exactly. And plus, that still doesn't change the fact that it's still unquantifiable
Okay.
FTL, which is still light, which is like
Okay.
that alone. Since you can't quantify
even if you put him at a tenth of Asta's speed, even if you put him at 10th, how does Asta get past a guy whose passive base heat is continent level? Passive base. Natsu.
Then I would just argue either.
Natsu was able to one-shot a Spriggan. He was able to one-shot somebody at that level with a base punch, a base attack. Answer the question. How did you haven't answered me. How does Asta get through that? How does he even get close to somebody whose base passive heat is outputting that much power? Not even putting the idea of him going up a single mode.
I mean, I would just argue. Do you want to hear this?
Yeah, give me.
Want to hear some?
You're gonna.
All right, so.
Okay, go for it.
What did I say again?
I was gonna say you're gonna assume that his magic can work on a level that he's never.
I'm not gonna assume anything. No, I'm not gonna assume.
Okay, so if we're gonna go, no assumptions.
I was gonna bring up universal.
Show me a single attack that Asta's ever dealt with that is that high. Show me a single feat in Black Clover that's even that high. Because Asta's anti-magic
You know what universal scaling is?
Tell me what it is.
You there, Rex?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so I'm assuming you don't know universal scaling, correct?
I don't know if it's the term that I would use. Go ahead, just explain it to me. I might have it by a different term. Might be thinking of energy equalization.
Like we don't get confused.
Well, I don't know if you're. I'm asking you.
I don't want us to get confused.
Because I don't know if you're talking about energy equalization, like assuming that their magics work the same. I don't know that term. I could be something that I do know that's just under a different term. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you're talking about energy equalization.
Universal scaling?
So, yeah, so where exactly are you getting this? Where are you trying to put
I'm
this?
just saying, like, I don't want us to get confused here.
I know, I'm asking for your definition.
For universal scaling, hold on. Let me get some stuff real quick.
But I want to know, because Asta's anti-magic is not absolute. He took him both swords and aid from, to
No, I'm just saying, like,
deflect Patriot spell. So
Asta would just scale to universal. I'm just saying that.
What? He does not scale to universal. What?
Let me get this.
No, Asta's magic.
I'm getting the scans.
No.
I'm getting scans. All right, so we check in scans.
Stop.
We check in scans.
Are you about to try and tell me Asta is a universal level character right now? Are you actually about to say this?
I mean, there's stuff to support it. Yeah.
No, there's not.
So,
no, there is not. You are fucking trolling. There's no way you think Asta. You're showing an anime panel. Can you at least show the manga scene?
Why would that matter?
It's the anime.
The anime what?
No,
right,
the anime. Show me the original one directly done by Tabata. Don't show me the anime one. Show me the manga. Show me the canon manga, not the anime.
Why wouldn't you
show me the canon?
Okay.
Rax.
Rax. Okay, if you stop, I'm just gonna mute you. Just let him talk. Let him finish his argument.
Okay, go
like
ahead.
cutting him off.
Go ahead. Use non-canon.
Why is it not canon, for one?
It's an anime only. It's not from the manga.
Why? Alright, can you prove it's anime only?
Yeah, it's not in the if it's not in the manga. I said you show me the one in the manga. If it's in the manga, show me the manga scene.
Why wouldn't you show you that if it's there? You would need to prove that it's not canon.
But I'm asking for the manga one. Is it in the manga? That's all. Is it in the manga?
Why would I need to answer
Is it in the manga?
It is in the manga. This entire scene is in the manga.
Show me the manga panel. I'm asking for the manga one, not the anime one.
What's wrong with the anime one is my question.
I want the canon official manga scans, not anime scenes. What chapter is it from? Just tell me the chapter. I can find it myself since you apparently don't want to. Let's see. Like first showing up somewhere around the 40s. Are you gonna try and tell me though that from this does Patriot have infinite magic?
I will find the page for you.
Okay, but are you gonna try and explain to me from this panel that Licht has infinite magic?
Alright, so basically in this panel, when he says infinite amount of energy, this would be infinite 3D energy. This would just be high universal. So
you think that Patriot in his base form is universal? Are you serious? Are you actually?
There's nothing wrong with it.
Do you actually? He is not universal. Are you serious?
I'm asking.
Jesus Christ!
What's wrong with it?
It's absolutely universal. So if that attack hit would the universe implode. So every character in Black Clover is universal, is what you're trying to say. Every character above base Patriot is universal.
There's nothing to debunk that.
Dude, if you consistency. We've seen characters.
It literally says.
We've seen consistent power levels in Black Clover. The highest we've ever seen was Licht's.
Wait, hold on. When is their
the largest feat we've ever seen in Black Clover, the largest feat to date was Licht's attack that Lemire stated that if it hit, it would have destroyed the Clover Kingdom.
DC. That would be DC.
You're literally trying to pull now that he's universal. So you think that Patriot can take universal beings?
This is just universal AP. This is universal AP.
No, you have to be trolling.
Let's ask that.
You have to be trolling. You think he's a universal being?
Okay, wait, real quick. After Sosa makes his claim to conclusions.
Wait, why? We haven't even finished it.
No, we're going to.
Why? If it's.
This debate is going on.
All I want to know is how does Asta get close to a power output that is beyond anything in Black Clover that he's ever shown?
That's AP. That's just AP. I can show you scans of like Asta tagging and hitting Patri.
Patri's power out. How does he get through it? But that's heat radiation. He's shown he's still affected by heat radiation, even in his black form. He's still affected by magic. He's not immune to magic while he's in his black form. Otherwise, he would never take damage.
He passively erases magic.
Show me him erasing a level to Natsu's output.
In this case, since
Show me a level.
Since he would just be high universal.
No, he is not.
Then why is he not universal? Why is he not high universal?
Show me first off. Show me the canon panel, because so far you've only showed me a non-canon anime one. Second, no, it's against any form of consistency to drop a base Patriot at Universal. That shit is ridiculous. I'm saying that is ridiculous. It is not consistent. We've seen levels in
why is it not consistent then?
Where is he pulling? So show me the canon panel where he's apparently got universal levels, and where this is. And show me the canon.
Why?
So you don't.
Okay, so the enemy is fine.
So you don't have. So you don't have canon.
Why would the enemy not be fine?
So you asked earlier if to prove that the movies weren't canon, but you assume that the animes are canon. So why would you have already shown to me don't?
The anime would be a secondary.
So you've already shown.
It would be a secondary.
You've already shown that you don't think stuff outside of the primary is canon by asking proof for stuff from movies.
All right, can you prove that?
Dude, you're contradicting yourself so much. Show me Tabata. Show me Tabata approved of that statement right there. Show me Tabata approved of that.
Why would he?
Show me Tabata approved.
Just be death of the author.
Show me.
That would just be death of the author.
Show me Tabata. So
no,
this,
you don't need
tell me, show me. So you've already,
right?
you've already proven, you've already in this argument shown, you've already shown that you don't agree that stuff outside of the canon.
Stop. Y'all both interrupt.
You need to prove that the anime is not canon.
You need to prove that it's canon. You have to prove it's canon. Prove that it's canon. And then prove to me that statement is consistent and legible. And
that would just be reversing the burden of proof. You would need to prove why it's not canon. You would need to prove that.
Because it's not the primary series.
It's a secondary canon.
No, it's not. We're not using composite.
All right,
we're talking about
canon. The anime is not a secondary canon.
You already showed to me already in this stream. You've already shown this stream that you want proof for canon for movies, but you don't want canon proof for manga or for the animes. So that
doesn't debunk the point.
So why apparently
change the point,
no?
though.
Because you're going against of what you're
not
now trying to use.
You're not debunking it. Is my point.
Because you have no proof it's canon in the first place. No,
canon.
It's not. You need to prove it's canon.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. We can just go to conclusions. It's getting nowhere. Conclusions. So you start off since you started.
All right. So then, basically,
Asta can't use that form at will.
I believe that I won due to me proving that I have Asta has higher speed, and that he has higher AP due to Patri scaling to high universal, and then Asta just bodying him.
Yeah, I bet Patri can one-shot Thanos.
Okay, wait. Okay, Rex, one thing about conclusions is that you cannot interrupt,
Sorry,
mute your mic, don't.
Go ahead.
Okay, so continue.
My bad. So then I basically proved that his AP would be high universal, and then I also proved that he has higher speed in both base and Black Asta form. I guess that's it. Rax, you want to go?
Loudmouth is muted.
So I would like
Rex, you can unmute.
I would like to point out Asta has not shown to be able to use that specific form at will. That's just like me trying to pull out Natsu using Aetherius Dragon Force. That is an advanced version of his black form. That is not one that he can pull out at will. He is not shown to be able to drop that enhanced form at will. That is the enhanced form. That is when he and Yuno both got advanced forms.
Bro, you can go ahead and stop talking.
I'm just saying that right now.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying that right now.
You can go ahead and just stop.
I'm just that he show me him use that form well. Second, you've so far provided nothing to prove that Asta can even get close to Natsu. Live his passive radiation of heat. Asta is shown to still be affected by heat, regardless of his anti-magic. He has shown that he can still be hit by magic attacks, and it doesn't mean that he's even going to be able to get past that. Natsu has shown that, one, he spots people before that have used anti-magic. It's not going to be a surprise to him. Two, most of the Asta surprise in the way that he's able to beat a lot of the characters is there is a huge factor that people don't know that he is anti-magic, and they aren't able to use something like magic sensing, something he's shown multiple times that people rely heavily on in Black Clover, which doesn't apply to Natsu, because Natsu does not rely on magic sensing at all. He goes off his normal senses. 3. Natsu is actually the only one that has multiple showings of feats, being able to fight for himself. Most of Asta's are support from other people. He has very few fights where he actually is by himself. Third, or actually fourth rather, once more, there is not a single one durability feat to show that Asta could deal with Natsu's base heat radiation. As I've said, he's still shown that he can get hit by it.
If we never cover that.
Okay, wait. So don't do that. Stop being retarded. Don't.
Shut up, Mo. Shut up.
He's bringing up
I will literally ban you. I will piss you.
Sosa, give me perm so we can't.
We can bypass even the debate of durability, because there is no feat in Black Clover even comparable to base Natsu, because Continental is beyond anything in Black Clover. No, they do not. So,
right?
So do you think that Asta could take a full power Infinity Gauntlet or something like Dr. Fate? No, that is bullshit. Get that shit out of there.
Why can't you just make a conclusion like a normal person, bro?
I've been trying to talk. He just comes in. Oh, he's universal.
Okay.
It's not believing
That's like me saying Natsu's universal for burning an infinite amount of energy.
Sosa, make me a roll call.
Okay, wait, hold on. Both of you are muted. Okay, neither one of you interrupt each other. This is retarded. Stop. This is a conclusion. You let the one person represent their premise and their arguments that they made and explain why they want. It's the only thing you do.
Come again, Mo. Repeat yourself.
I said the only thing you do in a conclusion is repeat your premise and your arguments and explain why you.
Here you go. Assert your dominance.
Okay, I will finish. I will say the one thing in just regard to that, because this is my conclusion. I will say, because the whole universal thing, which is shown not to be true, he does not have an infinite amount of energy. But if you want to talk about that, Xerath actually did have an infinite amount of energy, which was canon, and Natsu incinerated that. So if you really want to go into that, he's beyond that. That's part of a level that is far beyond anything Asta can output. Even Natsu's base form is beyond anything in Black Clover. And if you want to go into higher end multipliers, Natsu is drastically above anything in there. And talking about his advanced form that he has never shown to be able to use at will. We just saw him go into his black form post time skip, and he can't do that specific form at will. Whereas that's like me trying to use Natsu's Ethereus Dragon Force, which is something he cannot use at will. That was something outside given to him. In conclusion, Asta can't get close to him. He would literally burn from Natsu's just passive heat. Natsu's the only one with experience fighting anti-magic. He's experienced fighting people with weapons, whereas Asta has no experience fighting anybody that's straight to hand alone. Go ahead, I'm done.
Rex, stop.
Go ahead.
You can't bring up new points, but
no, that's something I stated a while ago that was ignored.
Yeah, I know. But
he's actually fought someone with anti-magic. I just was bringing that up.
This debate was horrible.
I know it was horrible, but before you want to go first,
Wait.
you want to explain who won before I go off on
Natsu.
Natsu.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. Well,
You're stupid.
besides the obvious bull side, I'm gonna say rat, but hold on, let me chill.
Your mic's cutting out, man.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, basically, I'm just gonna go over what Sosa did. During the beginning of the debate, it was mainly just a derail. Both of you just derailed from selling Asta speed. You went up from another character, and then at the end, you both disagreed that the Asta would scale to the calc. So you it but after the Asta speed argument, you went in depth. Sosa didn't have a direct counter argument to your passive abilities for Natsu, right? You brought up how the heat, he can't do anything against the heat, and both you and Sosa, or not you and Sosa, but Sosa just brought up said some retarded shit about prove that time is a concept, which is retarded. But we probably debunked that. Then afterwards, you just prove why like his durability AP along with his like abilities would scale higher than Asta and anything what he can output. But that was pretty much it. The whole debate was just like you niggas just like talking over each other. But once it finally came to like a middle ground, like after like the main point of contention about Asta's speed was over, it was pretty much just like Rex was just running. Hi Spencer.
What?
How's it going, Spencer? How's it going, Spencer?
Are you guys Spencer, please shut up.
Sosa Godfather.
You're lagging, Spencer. No one wants to hear you.
But Sosa, my son, I'm really disappointing you. You didn't bring
My
up
son. My son. he is
my
my
son Sosa. You did probably argue the universal
Sosa's only-
scaling up.
Bro,
Disappointed.
Sosa's only my son, bro. What's wrong with you?
So you're a rat.
Kid, you're literally you're my nephew, right? That's not how
I'm
it
not
works.
The fact that you
Nephew,
didn't
bro.
refute the conceptual Natsu is the I can't believe that nigga said he burned the concept. Oh my god.
Bro,
Yeah, he burned.
Yeah, that was
Image-
okay. Yeah, like
Image not
Yeah,
thinking Steven Universe can solo what's his
Bro,
fairy
what's
tale.
wrong
Jin,
with
shut
you?
the fuck up.
I'm literally
Bro,
arguing
y'all niggas
Steven
are some
Universe is all a fairy tale, right?
Y'all niggas are some spurgs. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
yeah, but basically Rex X didn't want to talk about like your main AP arguments, saying it's wrong, but like both of you just brought up like wank shit. But this at the end of the day, Sosa couldn't debunk your wank shit, and that's pretty much it. Also, a lot of spur.
What part? What part did I say that was wank?
Conceptually, not so.
okay.
I mean, that's just because
Yeah, like-
the way that heat would affect time is the opposite to absolute zero. The ice
Okay,
affects
him
time at
affecting is
absolute
the same
zero.
thing as just destroying you or just melting.
Mo,
Huh?
But
This
like, that
debate
doesn't
is
can you make
like that.
actual cancer.
Oh, that someone
Yes.
had a good point. They point out that that Layla does call it a concept.
Everything is conceptual.
She's talking about
Yeah, okay, that's
concept
fine.
of
Okay,
time.
that's fine. But it's just like him, like
Bro,
he didn't
oh
like
my
necessarily
God,
burn.
I can't believe you just put. I'm done.
What were you gonna say,
Don't call me that, you bitch.
nigga? I will literally you. All right?
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, but I had to send that scan because it's been
I'm
pissing
just
me off this
kidding.
entire time.
You talked about how
So-
she said, or perhaps.
The-
Okay.
The
She was
concept
talking
of
about how
time.
the space between time, or like the flow of time, because they kept like time traveling. Shit was trying to like fix it.
Yeah,
so.
but it also caused itself as a concept, which
Okay, that has
So-
nothing
so
to
we're
do
saying
with
it
the
was.
not-
I know. I was just saying that he was calling that a concept.
Oh yeah, because he did.
That was
say,
pissing me off.
so
That was pissing me off.
Someone said
That was really pissing me off.
concept of time exists in fairy tale. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, he did say that, but
Yep.
I
I
thought it
agree.
was
That made no
a
sense to me, so I
Makarov's
was like,
statement for conceptual. But interesting.
we
and then like Rax.
Yes.
When you posted the you posted the scan of like Natsu saying it made him like 3 times stronger, right?
Yeah.
Dragon Force.
Yeah, that was a that was
Yeah,
from
you
the
said
Essence arc.
you said that it applied to his speed, like
Applies to everything. Magic and
No,
magic
that-
and fairy tale applies to everything.
no, he like specifically like states like its power, right? But it is like shown.
I mean,
it does make him faster.
Yeah, somebody
But,
who
like-
he wasn't able to keep up with. That at that point he could fully keep up with
No,
it in some
okay,
cases.
I
but-
understand that you're saying, but like
Yeah.
it just specifically states that his power is increasing by that much.
Yeah, because
It's
power.
not saying
He's talking about
that it's
magic
getting that much
power.
faster.
He's talking about magic power. Magic.
Yeah, his power is referring to magic power.
Magic power and fairy tale affects their whole body. It applies to all their entire body as a whole. That's why when they get motion, that's when they get motion sickness. They can't move, and they can die from magic
Okay.
deficiency.
Wait,
No,
what was the
motion-
argument
yeah,
you
'cause
made for
that's
Absolute
just-
Zero?
players. But the thing, it's like makes them hard to move. They just get sick to their stomach.
No, it's
But, like, for the dragon-
it's because they have dragon senses and their human bodies can't keep up with it. That's why motion sickness affects them. That's canon.
Okay,
That's
but,
what.
like, what-
That's
You
huh?
you using like that to say his speed? Like how, it says nothing about speed.
It's he's talking about magic power. Their magic power affects their like all their
How
stats.
does magic power equal speed?
Because it affects their whole body. All of their abilities
That's
are based off magic.
Oh my god.
That's how the
He's
wizard.
saying that they amplify their physical stats with that.
Yeah, that's how their bodies
It
work.
doesn't. It has like how? Wait, that's not true.
Yes, it is. That's how their magic works in the series. That's why they can die. Their bodies will stop working if they don't have magic.
Yeah.
that's-
Okay. Because they. Oh my goodness. So what you're saying is like them having magic. No. Wait.
More magic means they can use it for higher
that's,
stats.
That's no. Okay. when they're saying his power, like his power, right? That's talking about like that's talking about North. Shut the fuck up. He's talking about how the magic, like his like attack. It's
No,
referring
he's
to
talking
like,
about
his
magic
attack
in
and his
total.
abilities. It's not. It says nothing about his speed.
It's
literally nothing about his
it's
speed.
magic power in total. Why else would he be much faster? He's
Okay,
talking about magic
no,
power.
okay. Oh my god, no.
Yes, it
XF, you have to
does.
prove. Hold on. You'd have to prove that magic doesn't enhance like their physical body in Fairy Tail.
Okay, I never like said it doesn't. I acknowledge the fact.
Well,
no,
then you don't. I don't think you're
that it doesn't
understanding what his
make them
argument is. Then.
faster. No, look, I'm acknowledging the fact that it makes them faster, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like, cause it says my magic power has increased, and then it is like that's specifically talking about his attack. It's not saying anything about his like his.
He's
Okay,
not
but he's
talking
making-
specifically about his
But
attack.
that doesn't even matter because he already made like an inductive argument. He's saying before he couldn't keep up to 0, but then he gets his boost and then I keep up with him. So you'd have to gotten faster as well as stronger.
Okay, but like, why would that still? He would. I know. I'm not. He does get faster. Why would it be the
Look at XF getting bodied by.
Wait,
Gallagher.
wait. Well, so you're gonna just assume some random arbitrary number when it says 3 times right there? Like, what are you gonna say it
No,
is? Then?
because it says nothing about his speed.
He's talking about its power in
Okay,
total.
okay,
Okay, hold on.
magic
Wait,
power.
no, with that
Wait, hold
logic,
on.
it doesn't say anything about it doesn't say anything about his attack either.
Gone.
It just says his magic output.
He at that point was able also
Okay,
his
yeah, but
durability
like
because he was able to hit attack that otherwise tore
wait,
him up.
hold on, real quick. Okay, wait, hold on, real quick. Rex, do you have like any scans like that say like their physical magic powers like
Yeah,
speed as well?
I'll have
Yes
to,
or no?
I'll have to find
Okay, they do- okay, well-
specifically about speed, but it's their
Okay,
it's
well-
their body in general. That's why they can die
Well,
from magic.
that's
deficiency,
not
but I
in
can,
here.
I'm looking
Okay,
for
well-
that, so I just said.
Okay, well, like you need to prove that, but
I am.
work with though. I do want to like explain like the universal thing for Black Clover. Sosa did not articulate that well at all. Basically,
Wasn't he trying to just say
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Tree's
yeah.
infinite magic or whatever?
No. Okay, no. Sosa, like the universal arguments is like Dorothy created like an
Yeah, but he
infinite
didn't say
dimension,
that.
and then people scaling above her. Yeah, I know, but like I'm saying, like he didn't articulate it properly.
So that argument's not very good.
I don't know why he didn't, but basically, like it is derived from like Dorothy creating an infinite dimension. Stated I have the official Wiz translation as well. Basically, Luck made the notion like the universe or like her dimension was infinite in size, and then Magnus tried to like disprove that notion, and then Dorothy later on said like the impossible is impossible. And that's just like referring to like it's not impossible for the universe to be infinite. It is possible, very much possible. And then there's nothing else that like which like contradicts her statement at all. There's literally nothing else. So we would have to assume it's like infinite via Occam's razor. And then like to prove that like people scale above Dorothy. Shut up, Don. To prove people scale above Dorothy, like you just like there's several things Yami made it like a tier scaling about it. There's also other people like Devil like being blatantly being above like literally Dorothy and like all the other elves as well, and like their like physical boosted forms as well as Patry, right? There's also like numerous things about like the Wizard King being above all the Cat Knights, which would include Dorothy, and then like the Wizard King right now like is like there's some people in the verse that scales above Dorothy right now, especially
Wizard King scales above and Pat.
yeah. But right now like right now you would have to prove that Dorothy like if you agree with like the universe scale, you have to prove that she's like the strongest in the verse, which is really hard to do after like all like the preponderance of evidence, as well as like the multiple like contradictions that states otherwise, right?
What were Luck's exact words, Mo?
Okay, he literally says like
It appears to be endless.
Yes, it appears to be endless, and he specifically says the border, referring to like that dimension or like the premise or like the perimeter of the dimension.
He says the border is endless.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be like a loop instead, a spatial loop?
Yeah. Okay. See. Okay. It's definitely not a loop.
Wait,
but,
how
like, a loop,
far can Luck sense magic?
It doesn't matter. We would just assume that he can't.
Wait. That's not at all. You have to bring up the infinite, never-ending attack.
Oh yeah.
Which is the problem. Wasn't that?
Oh wait.
To destroy the entire
Okay. No. Basically, like the two. Dorothy made like another clone of herself, which had like the same amount of AP and
That
speed
wasn't
and
a
whatever
clone of
with her
herself.
magic.
It was the soul of Dorothy.
Yeah,
within her. Within.
Yeah, that was the soul of the real Dorothy.
Yeah.
Okay. Luck and Magna like both combine their attacks to like so they can stalemate on Dorothy's attacks. like that's like several factors. Like basically that thing is just like proving that like the Black Bulls don't scale to Dorothy, not alone anyways, but there's several people that do scale like to them like together. We know that like it's stated several times like the guidebook as well as feats like general knowledge of the show. Like if they combine like their magic attacks together, it creates like a stronger output. One example would be when Luck and Veto or Luck and Magna did against Veto. Another one would be how and Asta always combine their magic attacks and like they were able to blitz the devil multiple times. And it's like, for example, like one of them like early on was when threw Asta and he used his magic in his mana zone. And it was able to like stop the devil and like his trident from hitting the first Wizard King, which is a reaction speed feat, but this is another story. But
wait, so we just assume that Luck has infinite range of sensing?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay,
So that's what he's assuming.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The one way there's not really any like contradictions. We know that like Luck is like one of the best like he's really like the best if not one of the best like people who can sense magic in general, right? Like no one from what has been shown so far has been able to like do the same thing as he has done. So we would assume.
Yeah, he's
Mo. What do you want? So
why can't someone just bring up the fact that Luck wasn't able to sense that dude from the Diamond Kingdom smoke in the air?
That just sounds like
That's
post time skip as well.
That's
to Lotus. That's a far weaker Luck.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's a far weaker Luck.
Well, we don't know if his senses get stronger when he gets stronger.
Strength
wait,
means
hold
more
on.
magic sense. Doesn't make sense.
Wait. Nick, shut up for a second. Wait, hold on, real quick. Rex, are you still?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was gonna wait because I wanted to. I don't remember who I was talking to about the multiplier.
Okay,
I was gonna ask who that was.
Okay,
so I had a bit of the back.
Okay,
but
real.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, gotcha. But real quick, did you hear me say like?
Yeah, I was listening. I don't, you're cutting out.
Okay,
again,
okay, good. That's all.
Well,
okay, but wait, hold on.
I didn't hear what you just said. I was saying I was listening, but you cut out when you were explaining what you were saying.
Okay. Well, as long as you heard me like during my explanation. Also, are you streaming that?
I am still streaming.
Yeah, he was like streaming.
Okay, good.
Hello,
Okay,
everybody.
good. Fuck. But yeah, like so like you just I should have gave you more like context like before the debate, but just like I thought you knew this already. Disappointed.
Yo, Sosa.
Who was it that I was arguing with about the multiplier earlier?
Me.
I just wanted to bring up that, like I said, with the canon stats for the Tartaros, Natsu was around Franmoth's level, and after Dragon Force, he was able to both power and speed keep up with somebody 10 times that. Which I brought up earlier.
Wait, I think it's.
I was saying the multiplier was consistent, and this was a far further evolved version of Dragon Force, so it would logically be more than the 2 to 3 times multiplier from the one from.
Wait, can you repeat that? I just let BC here quick.
Yeah, so just when I brought up the multiplier from earlier, it was a 2 to 3 times multiplier, and I was saying that it was consistent with the Dragon Force multiplier he had in Tartarus. Because Natsu base was around Franmoth's level, he was competing with him, and he was even able to keep up Natsu in Lightning Flame Dragon mode. And then Margir, who's canon 10 times his speed, durability, and offensive ability. Once Natsu got Dragon Force, he was able to stomp somebody who was in that 10 times range of a guy who was already around his level prior.
Against Franmoth wasn't wait.
Natsu when he was fighting Franmoth. Franmoth was around his level.
Wasn't he like wasn't like after he just fought someone? Wasn't he like fatigued?
No, I mean he fought Jackal, left after a while, and then showed up normal. He was damaged, but he was just fine. He was at normal power. He was fighting at normal power. It wasn't until Silver stepped in, and Natsu actually got replenished from both Wendy healing him and eating Jackal's explosions.
Wait. Let me see if I'm. Hopefully, I'm not misremembering.
Not DMC 3 Dante would actually slap him.
And Franmoth.
No, don't bring up DMC Dante.
I don't know who that is.
Oh no, I was just thinking about something.
Wait, it says can you please show me the fight against Franmoth again? Because I don't remember that fight.
And it's around what I'd say 370s. 1 second. That's around 360s actually. Pulling it up. He and Franmoth, while fighting, he was able to keep up with him. Let me pull up some panels. Let me find it. So here's him fighting Franmoth. Here. So he was able to attack Natsu and keep up with him in speed enough to connect his arm to him, and he was able to tank Natsu's attacks. And later he was even able to fight him even in Lightning Flame Dragon mode, which is above his base form, but that's not as important.
Natsu's literally slapping him.
He's catching it. He's tanking every attack that he threw at him, and he fought him again later just fine.
Wait, and like the scans you just posted, Natsu's like slapping him.
He threw an attack and then caught Natsu. The only reason that he was able to get out... Oh, I missed one panel, sorry. Let me pull it back up. The panel where he catches... I missed the one where he actually hits him. There we go. He's able to catch Natsu as Natsu... He throws a punch, Natsu dodges, his attack is able to catch him, and then start absorbing his soul, which then Happy attacks him and helps him let go.
I mean, he's literally... Wait. So...
He then later...
This is after Natsu dodged it, right?
He dodged it, was able to catch him mid-dodge.
Wait, no, because look, it went behind. Okay, look, after he dodged it, right?
Yeah, but he would need to be able to keep up with him to catch him at that point.
He's like, in this game, this looks like you're just catching him off guard.
But he would need to be fast enough for his body to even catch him. And
no,
he also...
literally just catching him off guard.
I'm also going to pull up the panel here. Where he outsped.
Wait, what chapter was this on again?
That was 366. And then here, after he came back and used his Hades buff, he was able to keep up with Natsu just fine in speed. And even catch him.
You said 367 or 366.
366, 367, and here's after when he uses his revolution and uses his Hades power up. And before you say, well, the Hades power up, well, I'm not even counting the Aetherius boost that Bard Gear would have. I assume the stats are at their peak.
Wait, but yeah, this is after like, cause you know like Hades was actually like very strong. Okay.
I know, but if you go by the stats. So that's their stats.
Yeah, that's for like his base. Yeah, that's like obviously his base.
But then that is his equivalent to his Aetherius form, which Mardgear has.
Wait.
And Mardgear's Aetherius form is the one that Natsu blitzed and stomped.
Okay, wait.
And why would you? Wait. And I don't know if you would assume that that's their base. I'd assume that that's their total, because otherwise it would have to include
okay,
a
that's
multiplier.
because it has a picture of their base, and like why would it literally has a picture on it like talking about their base.
Yeah, but then what is the multiplier at that point for both his Aetherius form and his Franmoth's revolution?
There's like not a stated multiplier for that.
But it is a known multiplier, and it should be the equivalent to his Aetherius form.
Wait, why?
Then why wouldn't Franmoth have an Aetherius form if he didn't have an equivalent?
No, like why would what's like first of all, what's the multiplier and like why would there be like?
Well, but even if you had it, there's no known number. We have this known stats. We have given
it's
stats.
Unquantifiable.
But you have no proof that that's their base. That is them total.
Wait.
That's like saying that. That's like looking at that and saying.
What supports it being like their total?
What supports it saying it's only base? That's like saying that picture because Mardgear.
Because it has a picture. Oh, okay. Look,
so that's like saying that's like saying that's Mardgear's stats with one hand and not using both hands and not angry, and then not Aetherius.
Wait, what?
Because we know he's canon stronger when he uses both hands.
Okay.
But that's saying, but in the picture, he's using one.
This is obviously referring to their base. I don't know, like.
But if you're gonna say that,
it says nothing about any other form.
If you're gonna say that it's referring to the version in the picture, then that's Mardgear specifically using one hand, which is stronger with both hands, which is way stronger with his Aetherius form.
Okay, right.
If you're gonna assume, it's outside of that,
what does that change? Because what suggests that it's like talking about them? In like another form, there's literally nothing to suggest that.
But there's nothing to suggest that it's only base, other than a picture.
Yes, it is.
But you're only going by picture, then you're going off of what one hand base Mardgear.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's what the picture has, right?
Okay.
That's what it's talking about.
So that even that still doesn't like cancel out that he still Franmoth in base still has feats catching Natsu, keeping up with him in speed.
Okay.
If he wasn't fast enough,
oh my god.
if he was not fast enough, his body would not be able to catch Natsu. His
Natsu,
body,
like, literally,
his body, but he was running at him. He didn't stop, and then he backhanded him. He was mid motion. Was he mid motion?
I'm about to look at this fight right now.
I just told you he's in mid motion. He's mid running at him. If he was not fast enough, he would not be able to catch him.
Okay, so Natsu dodged him, and then like his body just like latched onto him.
Yeah.
Okay.
His body extended and reacted fast enough. He reacted fast enough to Natsu's speed. If he was not fast enough, he would not be able to catch him.
So it's literally like showing how not like.
And Natsu, but
looks like Natsu got caught off guard.
But he wasn't. He didn't stop. He would have to be able to match his speed to even catch him.
Do you not know what off guard means?
He wasn't off guard. He was in battle. He was literally fighting. He was not standing there and someone stabbed him in the back.
You can get caught off guard while you're fighting.
But not while you're mid movement. How if he did not have?
You can get caught off guard when you're mid movement. What are you talking?
But
about?
if he's not as fast, how would he catch him?
You don't have to be as fast as someone to catch them off guard.
But he's in mid motion. He would have to. His body would have to be moving as fast as Natsu's to catch him while he's in mid motion.
Wait, why? If he's literally like just catching him off guard?
Why would him be
literally okay?
why would that cancel? Why would that cancel out the speed of him moving?
Literally after like Natsu literally just blitzes him like right after that.
Who cares?
He runs up after Happy distracts.
If you don't care, why are you still in VC, Lord?
Shut up! Shut up! Why do you care?
You're literally a retard. Why are you still in here if you don't care?
I asked why do you care? I didn't say I didn't care.
Oh my God, Lord! You literally said who cares?
Yeah, I'm asking you who cares. Answer the question.
What is wrong with you?
Why would why would you propose another question to me?
Oh my God,
you
Lord,
retarded?
shut up! Oh my God.
Give me
I
scans.
think you're retarded.
Lord, literally shut up. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? I just asked the question.
All right, okay. So, Rack, what are you saying again?
I was saying he's in mid motion. He's moving. His speed is there. If he was not moving, if his speed was not there, then okay, yeah. But he was in mid motion. His body would have to be moving as fast in order to catch him.
Okay, then immediately after, Natsu just blitzes him.
Yeah, after he gets distracted when Happy helps him. I'm saying they're around speed. He's around his speed. He's shown to be around his level. I'm not saying they're matched. I'm not saying Franmoth is faster. I'm saying they're around speed.
And didn't like this same Franmoth like lose to Wendy?
Wendy didn't fight Franmoth. Wendy fought Easel.
Okay,
and Wendy had Dragon Force, which is completely different than base Wendy.
No, Franmoth fought. No, he fought
Wendy fought Easel. He had sword arms.
He fought Lasagna.
No, what?
I'm bugging.
Easel is the giant. He's the giant blue octopus-looking guy with sword arms. That's who Wendy fought. His name's Easel.
Franmoth fight again and lose to?
Franmoth lost to Natsu after he and Lucy helped take out a lot of his power, and then they figured out his weakness because he can only absorb.
Oh, okay.
Because he can absorb magic. He can't absorb He can't absorb just plain physical, non-magic matter.
Okay, that's okay. Never mind.
Okay, I'm saying he's around his speed. I'm not saying he's way faster. I'm not saying Natsu. I'm saying he's at least around his speed for being able to catch him.
Okay, this is like Natsu also like after he just had a fight as well.
No, he got healed. He got healed from his fight with Jackal. Wendy healed him. That's how he was able to get back up and go fight Jackal again.
Yeah, okay, but what suggests he was
okay,
at
shut
full
up,
power?
X-Death. You're wrong.
He also ate Jackal's explosions.
No, what suggests that he got back like the full power?
Why wouldn't he? He got healed
like
and
what?
he ate his explosions to power himself back up.
Okay. Why would that mean he's at full power?
You're stupid.
Small flames can
Lord,
fully replenish him. Why would a character whose explosion large enough to damage him not replenish him? And he obviously.
No, what suggested it put him at full power?
What suggests that he was at anything outside of full? He got healed. He got healed and was fine.
But he was still you could.
Okay, what percentage? What percentage after that was he hurt? He got healed. He got replenished by a healer.
Wait, what?
So he got fixed by a healer. Where are you saying, at what specific number outside of full are you giving from having a
Okay, no,
stopped
I'm asking
rest
you
and
like
healer.
what suggests he was back at full power.
The fact he got a healer to heal him.
Well, okay, just because you're healed doesn't mean you automatically go back to
If
full
you got
power.
healed to a normal state where you act like your normal self and show no signs of fatigue, you show no signs in the diminishing of your magic.
What?
What signs that he's diminished? He was shown to be just fine. When he healed him, he got all his power.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Doesn't matter anyway.
The fact that he like literally just got a close fight with Jackal.
Yeah, so, and then he got healed. Where are you getting anywhere that he had less power? He was fine.
Lord, are you really trying to give someone arguments mid-debate? That's kind of ratty.
I'm asking.
This not a debate.
I'm asking where
You're
are you
retarded, Lord.
I'm asking where he's in any sign
no,
not
you're
fine.
retarded.
When he's not showing any signs of exhaustion, he's not showing any signs of fatigue. He's looking just fine. He got healed. His magic got replenished.
Okay, wait. Does it ever show like Jackal stats in the?
Yes.
Are Jackal stats ever?
I will pull up Jackal's stats.
Look for 'em.
Don't mean to bother you, but are any of y'all recording this debate?
Dame
pretty
tu
funny.
casita.
This is a live streamed apparently. So.
Here are Jackal's stats.
Okay, look at Jackal's speed and look at Franmo's speed.
Okay, and Jackal, once he went into his powered up mode, he was
So
able
that's-
to push
okay,
Natsu way
wait,
further.
Where's the scan of
And
Franmo's
and
speed?
how did
Franmos
how
has 500
how did
speed.
how did
So
not
this literally-
how did
this
we're
right
talking
here
about
literally
base though?
supports
How
it.
did we're talking about base? How did Natsu beat Jackal? Was he in base? Was Natsu in base when he beat Jackal?
No.
Exactly. We're talking about base. We're talking about base.
Okay, but Franmos is in base in this.
Okay. So.
But Franmos is in base.
But Natsu was only.
Okay, his
okay.
base speed is 500.
Okay. We're talking about Natsu base.
And then Jackal's like base speed is
We're talking about
1,800.
we're talking about Natsu base. No, nothing suggests that they're just base.
Okay, Natsu is literally like relative to Jackal.
Jackal was just fine. Keep it with. And the second Jackal popped, he was.
Jackal was
keeping up with it.
Natsu was relative to him.
No, when he went into his Ethereus form, Natsu needed to go Lightning Flame Dragon mode.
Okay, and then in this fight against what's it called? Franmoth, is he even like wait. Let me see.
The
he's
only
in base against
so
okay.
the
wait,
only
he
times
was fighting against Jackal in base.
But the only time, the only times Jackal was ever blitzed is when he's trying to talk to Natsu or he's distracted. There's no point where he gets blitzed normally.
I never said Natsu blitzed him. I said they're relative.
He caught him and attacked him. After that point, he was just fine.
I literally just said they're relative.
Okay. But we're again
Yeah,
show that it's but show that it's
Natsu's relative-
base. Show that it's base. I've been saying this. There's nothing to say it's base. That's total. Again, it's like saying that Mart. They're talking specifically about
Natsu
one.
did fight Jackal in base.
But he beat Jackal with Lightning Flame Dragon mode. That's the only way he beat him.
Okay, literally that's referring to base Jackal.
No, is the stats referring to one-handed casual Mard gear, not angry?
Yes.
Show me.
Because that's what's shown. That's literally what's shown. Can you prove it's
Why would it be
referring to
saying
him
they're
in a different?
That's like
form? Can you please prove that?
That's like
No,
saying
wait.
that, okay.
Prove that it's referring
And
to-
then are the
Can you
Grand
prove
Magic
it's
game
referring to
stats referring to are the Grand Magic game stats referring to their base or total?
Wait, what? Can you show me the Grand Magic game?
Yes, I
stats?
can. I will find it.
Because literally in those scans, what suggests that it's like talking about?
It's
a
their
transformation
stats. Why
at
would
all.
it? Why would it have any? Why would it not include their Ethereus?
Wait, no. Can you please like prove that? Because we don't know about that yet.
What? What do you mean we don't know? It was already existent in the series. Jackal was past existent by like 20 chapters.
No. Oh my God. First of all, okay, that's literally irrelevant because what's it called? Like why? Because look on the scans, it says nothing about transformation.
But
so like, where are you getting that from?
It's total. Why would it not include their transformation? Something that had been in the series since.
Okay. What
Jackal
are we talking about their transformation?
Why would it not? Then where's their Ethereus stat? Why would Ethereus?
Those stats are so different from the stats like of the Tartarus,
but it still has a set.
The demon gates.
It still has a set like kind of scale. It's different. It's not direct numbers. It's out of 5.
Those stats are like complete. They're scaled differently.
Okay, but it still gives a relative comparison.
That's during the. Okay, what does that mean? Wait, what are you trying to prove?
I was talking about. I mentioned are the Grand Magic Game stats talking about base or they talking about total?
Wait, where do you say wait, where do you see that at all?
What?
What do you see? Wait, what suggest is talking about total?
Why would it be talking about specifically about base?
Because there's nothing to suggest it's talking about.
If you know a character has a transformation and you're saying this is their level, why would you not include that? Something that was already existent in canon.
Okay, because it's like this. Was that at the beginning of the Grand Magic Games when that was?
That was before it started. But the Tartar stats are already halfway.
Okay,
into
if
the
that's
arc.
Before it started, why would it want to spoil?
But if we're talking about the Tartarus arc, that was after multiple Aetherius forms.
Okay,
this was at 394.
Tartarus, right?
This was almost 40 chapters into the arc.
And I asked you to show me something that suggests it's talking about a transformation.
But why wouldn't it not include it? If you're talking about a character,
what reason does it have to include the transformation?
Well, it even says in Franmarth. It even says in Franmarth. It says absorption and revolution. It includes his revolution stat in it.
Yeah, those are his abilities, right? Not his transformation.
Why? So if it has his abilities in it, why would it not include anything about his stats?
Those are. Oh my God! Why? Wait, abilities and transformations are different. Those are literally different.
But if you're saying this are their stats, then why would you not be talking about total? If you're talking about the sum of a character, why would you only include base? Why would you exclude?
They're talking about their
you were saying the Grand Magic Games they wouldn't put it because it would spoil stuff that came later, power-ups that they didn't know about. But the power-ups were already known in the Tartarus arc. This is after Franmarth's fight even. This is after his fight. Why would they not include?
There's nothing to suggest it's talking about their transformation.
Why would it include? Why would it include stats for Franmarth below what we'd already seen? Why would it? If you've already seen his peak, why would the stats be below what you've already seen? Why would it only be base?
My Discord just. Wait, what did you just say?
I'm saying if this is this is after you see Franmarth and his full capabilities. So why would it only be talking about base? Why would it not be Franmarth total?
Just because there's nothing to suggest that.
But there's nothing to suggest it's base other than the picture.
The picture, yeah, okay. The thing is, if it were like the B talking,
but it even includes their abilities. But it includes his revolution ability. It includes that in there.
That's an ability. Yes,
okay,
it's talking about his abilities, like.
And what number are you getting for the
map?
And what multiplier are you getting? Okay, so then Mardgear but just using two hands is twice what he's already at. So if you double it, it's
sure.
Okay, and then so more than double, so already around still close to 10 times that of Jackal. Okay. Two hands, and then
what's called Mardgear is like the strongest one.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying.
So what's wrong with him being that much stronger?
But I'm saying that once Natsu went Dragon Force, he was able then to blitz somebody that was more than 10 times something like Franmarth, who's more than 10 times someone like Jackal.
My point in this is right. Look at Jackal's speed in the stats.
Okay.
Look at Franmarth. This supports that Natsu was like not as strong as he was before.
Okay, no, it does not.
Yes, it literally does.
No, it does not, because he was able to defeat Jackal specifically with Lightning Flame Dragon mode.
Okay,
and then,
once again, he fought Jackal in base.
Okay, and then where did this stem out? We're talking about the Dragon Force multiplier, which if he's able to blitz somebody that's more than.
We're going on about the Franmarth versus Natsu,
and where did it stemmed out of
debunk what I'm saying.
And we're talking about the Dragon Force multiplier. Is that not where we started out?
This has to do with that. Oh my God.
But if Mardgear's already around 10 times Jackal and Natsu's able to blitz him, that just still proves the 10 times multiplier from base to Dragon Force.
Wait, what did you just say?
The whole original point was that his Dragon Force was at least a 10 times multiplier. For being able to blitz somebody like Mardgear, who was already around more than 10 times Franmarth and almost 10 times Jackal, not even including his Aetherius form, not even including him being serious.
It's just clearly shown that Jackal is faster than Franmarth, so that would just make no sense.
Okay. Where does he include the Mardgear? But where does it include the Mardgear though? Where does it include the multiplier? The whole point of this was talking about the Dragon. The whole base route was talking about the Dragon Force multiplier.
That would apply. That would just apply after he gets those amps.
Yeah, but we're talking specifically about the Dragon Force multiplier. Specifically about the Dragon Force. This is where it all stemmed out. We're talking about that
Okay.
base to Dragon
And
Force
then
was at least 10
you're
times.
you're trying to use friend moth and like friend that makes no sense.
But even if
because-
we use Jackal, then him blitzing somebody that's about 10 times Jackal still proves more than 10 times.
No.
Yes, it does. If you can blitz somebody that's
God.
that's around 10 times the speed of Jackal,
Show me,
then
like, can you show me when he like blitzed
yes,
friend
I
moth? No, I mean Margear.
Yes, I
Margear.
can. When he went Dragon Force, he blitzed the hell out of Margear.
Oh my goodness. And what chapter was their fight on again?
411. Well, that's when he went Dragon Force. I missed whoever subscribed, but thank you to whoever subscribed. Let's see. Here is the initial going Dragon Force. Margear charging in. Natsu not only blitzes him, but he blitz punches him out of the castle, and then before Margear even stops moving from said force attack, he already catches up with him, to which case then he blitzes him again. And this is somebody who in base was already like casually messing with the Celestial Spirit King. Just pointing that out as well. So here's twice blitzing. Not only blitzing, but blitzing him with a force attack that rocketed him outside of the castle, to which he literally caught up with him before he stopped moving to blitz him a second time. And this is inferior to Natsu's even current Dragon Force, and not even including Natsu's Ethereus Dragon Force.
Oh my. Okay, wait a second. Literally, Natsu had to get saved by Gray. Like he literally.
Yeah, because that's because his Dragon Force ran out after that. I'm not saying he beat Margear. I'm saying he blitzed Margear. After that, Margear was.
He was still in Dragon Force.
No,
he got caught by Margear.
No, he dropped out of
He tried
Dragon
to get
Force.
killed.
His scales are
He had to
literally
be saved by
his
Gray.
scales are literally falling off of his face.
Okay, yeah, he was in the process of losing.
They were off his face by the time Margear grabbed him. There you go. They were literally falling off his face. Margear grabs him. They're no longer on his face. He was out of Dragon Force.
And where'd you get where's the 10 times statement again?
That he's around 10 times. He's more than 10 times faster than Franmoth. He's around 10 times stronger than Jackal.
Where's the statement of it stating as 10 times?
What is 10 times? The stats. Look at the speed stats.
Wait. Where's Natsu? Wait, okay. Those are just stats for 9 gates, right?
Natsu.
Where's like?
Natsu did not get stats, but he should be at least faster than Margear for being able to blitz him.
Okay, no. You said there was a statement of like Dragon Force being 10 times.
I said that it's consistent with the prior far inferior Dragon Force being a stated multiplier of 2 to 3 times. This is a far more advanced version. I'm saying it's consistent that it's a known multiplier, not just a boost.
Okay, so wait, so you're saying that 10 times was just a random number? You said.
No, I'm saying 10 times. I'm saying
because in the debate. You said,
no, I'm saying
say 10
the
times,
canon. Yes, so the 2 to 3 times is the canon for the inferior one from Nirvana, or for the Erasion Seis arc. The 10 times is going off of the fact that he was able to blitz Margear, who's more than 10 times Franmoth, and around 10 times that of Jackal. Which means Natsu needs to be at least.
We don't have stats for Transformed Margear, but okay.
But even if we go by him having both hands, so even if you just go by his base or his Ethereus form, even if you give him the 2-hand stats of being more than twice his normal self, that's still more than 10
can you,
times.
Like, prove that it's like 2 times?
He got much stronger using using both hands.
Can you prove it's 2 times?
Yeah, it was 1 strength using fucking 1 hand, and then he switched to 2 hands, and it was doing far more than just twice.
Wait, can you prove it's 2 times?
It's more than 2 times.
Can you prove that?
Oh my god. I mean, then can you prove that it's only talking about base? If you want to be super specific, to where a guy shows. If a guy shows his power levels at a certain amount from 1 hand and then switches to 2 hands, what do you think the number is?
Why would that be 2 times? Can you prove that?
It's because it's literally 2 hands versus what it was before. It's literally double what it was.
Can you prove it's a 2 times boost? Like, I don't know where you're getting that from.
Okay. Do you know how many more times 2 hands is than 1 hand?
Wait, oh my god. Literally, can you prove like that? Like when he uses 2 hands, it makes him 2 times stronger. Like that his stats go up by 2 times.
Why would it not be 2 times if it's literally 1 hand has 1 amount and then
the
second hand?
Can you prove that? Please
answer the question.
Can you actually prove that?
But
I'm asking you.
Can you dispute the canon of what happened? Can you dispute the canon of what happened? Yes or no?
Wait, you said what?
Can you dispute the canon of what happened?
Okay,
After that
I'm
point,
not disputing the canon. I'm asking you to prove.
After-
I'm asking to because
so-
you're like making up
because
two times,
because
right? You're
after
getting two
because
times.
after
It's
that
like
point,
never stated
after
or
that point, he was far faster. He showed to have much further
Okay,
speed
but can you prove
to be
it's
able
two times like you said?
to where he was blitzing, Sting, and Rogue.
So
he
you
was,
can't prove this two times. All right, so you can't prove it
Okay,
two times.
what's the multiplier? What do you think the multiplier for Natsu's Lightning Flame Dragon mode is?
I don't know. Was there ever a stated multiplier?
He said 100 full. Actually, I think he said 100 times. So I will have to go back.
Okay, I'm asking you, but like I don't know. Like,
I'm
that's
pulling it up.
irrelevant, But
I'm
can you
pulling
act like? Can you prove that friend like Marty like him using two hands makes him 2 times stronger? Or
I'm
faster?
going off of what was shown.
Oh my God! So what? It was never shown.
If
that
his
it's-
power is
did
a
it ever
certain
say-
amount from one
did it ever
hand,
say two
if his
times,
power is
did
a
it
certain
ever
amount
say-
from, so if his power is a certain amount one hand, and he's
Oh my
showing
God.
increased speed powered by a
Wax.
drastic degree from
Wax,
two
wax.
hands,
Can you please show me where it says it made him 2 times faster or stronger?
I'm using logic. I'm using.
Okay,
I'm
so
using.
you're
I'm
going
using.
off of head
I'm
canon.
using.
You're going off of head
I'm
canon.
using 2 is twice as much as 1.
Oh my God! Can you please prove that? I like show me a statement or something.
Okay, then
Oh
then
my
show
God.
me it. Show me a canon on panel statement that says those stats are referring to base and not total.
Okay, it's like literally
Show me
in
it.
the picture.
The
itself.
picture as them in their normal form. But where does it say that's
Exactly.
only their? But where
And
does it
there's
say
nothing-
that?
it's
But where
nothing-
does it
nothing
say
in there
that's only their
suggests
base?
anything.
So where does that say it's only their base though? Where does it say it's only
There's
their
nothing
base?
to suggest.
So
Okay,
you're
first of all,
so you're assuming
there's
it's only their
nothing to
base. Are you
suggest,
saying
right?
it's,
You're like
so
you're
your
like,
head
you
canon?
have-
Your
like,
head
I
canon
asked
it's
you
only
to
their base
prove-
form. So your head
No,
canon
I
it's only their
asked you
base.
to prove. Okay, can you let me talk? Are you gonna let me talk?
Are you gonna shoot anything other than head canon that those are only
Are
their
you
base
no
stats?
no? Are you gonna
Answer
like,
just answer that
you're-
question,
you're
then I will
the
answer
one
the
using
question.
headcanon.
You're
like,
using
well, I don't know what
headcanon by
you-
assuming it's only their base stats. You're assuming there's nothing
How?
on
It's
there.
literally- That's what's shown.
It's showing a picture of them. Show me on there where it says
Yeah,
this is
okay,
without
yeah,
a
the
Therius.
picture of them, yeah.
Show me where it says
No, the
without a
picture-
Therius.
yeah, it's
Show
the
me
picture
where
of
it
them in their
says.
base.
Show me where it says
Where
that only.
on those scans does it mention?
Show me
their
where it says
transformation
it's only without it. What about Keys, who doesn't have an Aetherius form?
Oh my God.
What about Keys, who
Can you
doesn't
please,
have?
like,
What about
no,
Keys?
Can you please show me where it says?
What
anything?
about? So why would it
Can you please
include?
show me where it says anything about their transformation?
So why would it include someone like Keys who doesn't have an Aetherius?
Can you please show me where it says anything about
Why
their
would it answer the
transformation?
question? What about Silver, who doesn't have an Aetherius? Answer about
Okay,
Keys.
that's it. Okay, it's talking about.
But what about Keys? Keys doesn't have an Aetherius.
Because it's talking about their base.
It's talking
it
about
says
them
nothing-
total.
It says nothing about their Aetherius on any of their.
It's their
cards.
total.
Oh my God, I don't know where you're getting.
Show me where it shows only. Show it only one. Show me only one.
Because there's no mention of a
Because
transformation
so
on
your
the,
head
the stand.
So your head canon. Gotcha.
There's
Yep.
no mention.
So you
There's
have-
literally no mention.
So why would it
There's
not?
no mention of a
if you
transformation.
see a person, why would if you
'Cause
saw
there's no mention
if
of
somebody said, hey, this character versus this character, it showed a picture of them in base. You're assuming they don't get any of their power ups.
Okay, that's completely.
Yeah, you're
different
pulling
because
shit.
in a
You're pulling
situation like
you're pulling this
you do
claim out your ass.
prerequisites. You do prerequisites in the debate, so you would like decide that beforehand. So that's like a false equivalence.
But why would you assume it wouldn't include something they have regularly?
Wait, that's a false equivalence.
Why would you?
Your analogy with the
Why
debate
would you
is false.
assume? Just answer the question. Why would you assume they wouldn't have something that they have regularly? Why would it
You're
assume?
talking about in your like analogy you just.
Why
said?
would it's the same thing? Why would you not include something they have regularly?
Are you talking? Wait, no. I'm asking.
Why
are
would
you
it?
referring to your analogy?
I just want to know. Why would it?
Oh my God! I'm asking.
So you don't. So you don't have an answer. So you don't have any
Are you
canon.
referring?
So-
I'm asking you a question.
so
Are you
you-
referring to your analogy?
So you don't have any canon.
Oh
Gotcha.
my God! I'm literally asking you a question.
And
Can
you don't
answer?
have
Are
an
you referring
and
to
you
your
don't have an
analogy?
you don't even have an answer to what I've said. So why would I?
Oh
answer
my
your
God!
question?
I'm
So you got
asking.
nothing.
Okay, I'm asking you a question about your question, right? I'm saying, are you referring to
And
your
either, in both either. If you were going to use a character, if you were going to say this character, not this power up or this thing, you're making specifics, you're adding variables. Why would you not specify something that they have regularly? If you were going to say, oh,
if you're gonna
say two characters and you don't want to include something they have regularly, you would specify they can't use X or Y. You would not just assume. You would not assume. Oh, it's. You would not. Yes, it's part of their powers. It's a transformation. It's a power. It's a power up. It's literally a power up is literally part of their moveset. It's part of their skill set.
Yeah, and their moveset is talking about their ability.
And it would
right?
include
It's
it. Why
it's
would
just
it not?
referring to their
Why would it
transformation,
not
it's just referring to their
include a
base.
move
That's
in
what
it?
supports it showing.
Why
that
would
they're
it
talking
answer the
about their
question?
base.
Why would it not include a move? Why would it not include part of it? Why would it not include a standard power?
It does include their moves.
It includes their Aetherius, which isn't even generally a normal power up. It's their actual self.
No, it includes their abilities, what they have, but it doesn't say anything about a transformation.
But why would it
It's
not
talking about
include it?
base.
Show me where it says specifically base.
Okay, it's like literally shown.
So
it's like
it's
there's
a
no
picture.
mention of a transformation.
But there's no statement, only base.
There's no mention
Then
of
what
a
about-
transformation. So why would we assume? Why would you
Why do we
assume it's
why-
talking about transformation?
Why would
right?
you
When there's
assume?
no, like, mention of it?
Why would it assume
Are
it's
you
not?
even listening?
I'm asking you the logic. Why would you assume they wouldn't have their stats wouldn't include something that they have regularly? That's literally their actual form, which is part of their power set. Why would you not
Okay,
assume?
so there's no mention of it. Like it's not mentioned.
Do you need?
It mentions like everything, like their speed, their stuff, and that mentions two of their abilities. But it doesn't mention anything about their transformation. So why would
It
you
mentions
assume that?
mentions
That's what we would
Fran
assume
Moth.
is base.
It mentions Fran Moth. So your entire argument, if you're gonna say it only includes what it mentions, it includes Fran Moth.
It does not.
It straight says his revolution. That is what his power is called. It does include that.
Okay, that's not a transformation.
That's his power. That's literally what his
I'm referring to like their Aetherius.
His Aetherius, he does not have Aetherius. His is revolution, and it includes it. So your argument is infinitely
so that's
wrong.
irrelevant. He doesn't have that, so I don't know why you're like bringing that up.
But you're saying that if it has to include the power up, his is right there.
Okay, revolution's a specific ability.
Okay, then it would include his ability, the stats for it. If you're
Okay,
saying,
yeah, okay,
okay, there you go. Then it includes that one.
That's different from a completely different transformation.
But that would include his revolution. That is what he is with revolution.
Okay,
that is what he is.
From a regular transformation.
You said that if it includes the power up on it, then the stats would apply to it. That is his revolution. The Hades power up is from his revolution.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is. You're backtracking. You're absolutely backtracking. You're backtracking. You're heavily backtracking.
You literally just brought up something. You're the one that backtracked.
You're backtracking. You are the one that said it has to include it on there. If it doesn't say it, then I don't include it. But it includes revolution. It includes the power up that specifically has. Yes, but we're talking about the Hades. What we're talking about revolution. You said earlier we weren't including it because that's a specific power up. But then that would include...
What? Oh my god, no. What are you talking about?
You already mentioned that. It's recorded on this stream.
You're literally trying to misrepresent.
Do you niggas need a judge or something? Like, need a mod?
No,
I don't...
no,
okay,
I'm gonna.
Literally,
I'm already almost done. I got stuff to do.
No, literally.
But go ahead.
That's his revolution. That's not the same thing as Aetherius.
But if it's meant, but if it counts stuff that it's listed on there, that would include all his revolutions. Meaning his Hades one.
That's not the same as those called like.
But that means his. But that means his Hades one. That means his Hades one. That means his Hades one.
Okay, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. As
but
and also, I mean, Ethereum. But also, it's like stated. Then it's like states he got strong. Like that just makes him stronger. When he uses Hades.
Yeah, but that means that his Hades, Hades, but that means the 500 speed is his total, including the Hades power up. If you're saying that including the power ups, you already said but you already said that you don't count Aetherius because it's not listed. Revolution is listed, meaning with Revolution that's his stats. Meaning that is around that's what you said.
It's like
that is 100% what you said.
When he gets Hades, his Hades was just make him stronger. But it's just not quantifiable.
But it's okay, then what is it at? That is his total. That is with Revolution.
Oh my god, it's just not quantifiable.
You said you didn't count Aetherius because it wasn't listed.
God,
Revolution is listed, meaning that is Franmont stats with Revolution. You're backtracking. This is recorded.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is. You already said that his Revolution is
no,
on
it's
there.
not. Literally,
yes, it fucking is.
Form, it's not quantifiable.
Yes, you already said if it's listed on there, then that's what it was. That's why you said you weren't counting his Aetherius form. That's why you said, it doesn't list Aetherius form, so it doesn't include
because
it.
this is what I was saying.
Meaning that including is a bit no, including with.
Let me explain what I was trying to say.
You already are contradicting yourself.
Let me explain what I was
with his
trying to
ability.
say
Let me finish. Okay, then let me finish.
You let me explain.
Let me finish. Go ahead, because you're wrong. You're already contradicting yourself.
You're literally just misrepresenting my argument. What the heck?
Your argument was what it said on page, and you're now arguing against what it is. You're saying, if it includes it on there,
misrepresenting my argument.
You're saying that it doesn't count any of the Hades buff, any of his revolutions calculations, even though it listed on there.
Okay, because no. What I'm saying was right. Why would it be talking about total when it just has a picture of their base? There's no mention of a transformation, so it's just like has their base stats. But revolution is just a specific ability where it uses to transform into other people and like steals their. Cause look in the scan, it literally says allows you to copy all your opponent's stats and techniques. That literally just debunks your whole argument right there. Cause it's literally just talking about how it takes their stats.
Okay, then we want to go into Hades speed because Hades was already if Hades in base form Mark Gear was able to completely deal way further than somebody who's much faster than Hades, then you're still getting into a massive multiplier.
Okay, but it's not quantifiable.
Where are you getting that it's not quantifiable?
It would literally just require headcanon to say a specific number.
But if he's already at that number with Lightning Flame Dragon mode and Mark Gear is already much faster than it in base, then you're already missing any point that you ever tried at that's saying, well, it doesn't include that. The multiplier's not there.
Wait, what are you even trying to argue?
I was arguing that the 10 times multiplier is consistent with the 3 times multiplier by it being a further evolved state of Dragon Force.
What suggests what? Can you please show me a 10 times right now?
Mark Gear being 10 times Franmarth, who was able to catch base Natsu.
Okay, what's it called? Natsu is higher. No, I literally just proved to you why Natsu was not at full power against Franmarth.
No, you're assuming that instantly that, well, he's 100% eves into Jackal, whereas Jackal, when he was fighting normally with his explosions, because he wasn't a speed character, it was his explosions, who were already fast enough to intercept Natsu already fast enough to catch.
Do you not know what relative means?
All right, okay, go ahead. You so far completely ignored anything I've said.
I know, because I literally said there.
No, you're pulling headcanon saying that stats would not include power-ups like Jackal. Why would Jackals not include his Aetherius when we've already seen it? Easel. Why would it include Easel's Aetherius if we hadn't seen it? Why would it not include? Why would it not include stuff we've already seen?
Wait, why would it be talking about something that doesn't even mention on the
Why would it not include something we've already seen?
Because it doesn't mention it at all.
But we've already seen it. We already know it. We already know that.
But it doesn't mention it. So that would just be headcanon to assume that.
But your headcanon is already assuming that they're talking about base and not total.
Because there's no mention of a transformation.
But it doesn't need to. We already know about it.
Yes, it does. Yes,
no, it does not. You're completely headcaning that it has to state something that's on there, and it has to be stated with a known multiplier.
Wait, if it doesn't state something, so what? Wait.
But it's already part of them.
Why would you assume that it's talking about
their Aetherius is literally their actual form. Their Aetherius is their true form. Why would it not include what they actually are? It's not a power-up. That's literally their true form.
Okay, because there's no mention of it.
Why would it need to include that when we already know it?
Because
that's
oh my God.
That's so ridiculous.
Why would you assume it's something it's not even talking about?
Because we already know it's part of their moveset. That's
there's no mention of it.
That's like you talk about Natsu stats, but say, oh, it doesn't include Dragon Force. We'll never know. We already know these things.
If it shows a picture of Natsu, his base Natsu, right, and that's his stats.
If it's a picture of them, it's total. If it's not,
can you prove that?
Prove that it's not included. Last thing, prove that it's not Aetherius. Show me a Show me a state.
You're shifting the burden of proof.
I'm saying no.
You're literally shifting the burden of proof.
No, I'm saying that it does. I'm saying it doesn't.
No, you're shifting the burden of proof. Please prove that it's total.
But prove that it is. It's only base. Prove that it's base. Prove that it's base.
Why are you shifting the burden?
Prove that it's base.
Prove that it's total.
Prove that it's base.
No, you're shifting the total of proof.
You're saying
the burden of proof.
You're the one that's saying that.
No, do you not know how debating works?
So I'm talking.
Shifting the burden of proof.
It's showing them. It's showing them as they are.
Prove is total.
Can you prove it's a base only? You're going by pictures and saying, well, that means base only.
From your argument.
Wait, Sakura the duel is do you know about the burden of proof and stuff, right? Do you know?
And and you have to prove that it's just base, but you can't.
Oh my God, no! I'm asking you. Okay, the burden of proof is on you to prove.
The burden of proof is on you because you made the claim. I made the claim. The stats for them.
You made the claim.
The thing just shows. Hey, these are their stats.
You made the claim.
You're the one that made the first claim that it's only them in base. You're the one that made the claim that's only them in base.
Look.
You're the one that made the. You're the one that made the claim that's only base.
Prove why it's total.
You're the one that made the claim that's only base. Well, prove your claim. You're the one that made the first claim. You're the one that made the first claim.
You just made another claim. I literally just.
You're the one that made the first claim. I said these are their stats. You said, oh no, that's them in base. Prove it's only them in base.
Okay, yes, and like you literally, and then you like okay, then you
Prove
went
it's
on
in
to
base.
claim, right?
Prove
It's
it's in
talking about a
base.
transformation
Prove
when
it's in
there's no
base.
sign of it.
Prove it's in base.
Didn't claim anything. Rex just literally proved his own point.
How?
You didn't even listen to him?
Wait, how do you prove his point when like he literally just like how do you prove his claim, right? When he just claimed it was total, and I asked him to prove, and he doesn't like he can't.
He just added a bunch of multipliers from his scans and then argue with them and how Natsu can keep up and literally body Asta.
Okay, that's okay. Once I just you know how I debunked that, right? Were you listening? Because look, he was talking about like how Natsu was like he tried like scaled Franmoth to Natsu, right? But then I debunked that by like using Jackal, right? You see the scans of Jackal and Franmoth speed, like because Franmoth has 500 and Jackal has 1,800, and so and like before it was like the fight before Natsu fought Franmoth, like Natsu had just fought Jackal, who's faster and like faster and stuff than Franmoth, and he was like still like damaged, and I literally just proved that with these cards, right? So then then I don't know how you would ever prove this 10 times.
Jackal's,
I don't know what you're talking about. How he proved this point.
Jackal's explosions were faster than Natsu. Natsu was just immune to them.
Okay, and Natsu. That's why I said they're.
But his speed, his attack speed was faster than Natsu. So his speed is faster.
But they were still
It's Natsu.
No, they're like I said, they're relative.
He only got hits on Natsu because he kept trying to talk to him. After that, he got up and he burst Natsu and then left. When it came down to him just attacking, him just using, because he's a ranged fighter, he's not a physical fighter, he's ranged. His explosions were faster than Natsu.
Okay, and it's still showing that they would be relative to each other.
He was able to react to him, but I'm talking specifically about attack speed. His speed, which because he's a ranged attacker, his speed would be his ranged attack.
Was able to react.
But he was able only to after it hit him. The attack was too fast for him, but it did affect him because it was an explosion.
Okay, so if it doesn't affect you, if you just that's like if you just sit there and let something hit you and it has no effect on you, then it's like irrelevant. But the speed of it, because it has no effect on you.
So
right?
if
so
he was moving at Jackal, Jackal attacked him faster than Natsu could reach him. His attack speed was faster than Natsu. His movement speed is different because he's a ranged fighter. His range.
Like I said, they would just be relative to each other.
We're talking about physical speed, sure, but we're talking about his range speed.
It's relative. It's talking about their attack speed.
For what? It's their speed. If you're a ranged character, why would you not be talking about your ranged speed?
Wait, can you please prove that?
Why would it not be referring to your primary thing?
Oh my god, it was just obviously just talking about I don't know what else we were talking about.
Why would it not be if you're a ranged character? Why would it not be talking about your range speed?
It literally says nothing about
if you're a character who's a sniper, why would your speed not be from your attacks? Would it be referring to what you just walking around?
Okay, Jackal's not a fucking sniper.
But he's a ranged attacker.
That's so different.
He's a ranged character. He's
okay,
not.
Can you please prove to me it's that's referring to attack speed?
I'm talking about it's his speed, where he would be fast, his attack speed, because he's a ranged character.
Okay, so what suggests that is talking about attack speed?
So why would it be talking about something outside of what his normal way that he does speed?
Because it would specify attack speed if it was talking about that.
No, it says speed in general. When you're talking about a ranged character, you'd be talking about whatever their range.
In general, then Natsu would just still be relative to him.
But they're talking about this. But you'd be going towards the speed of what their normal thing is.
Wait, do you agree? Wait,
if you're talking
point by saying, do you agree they're relative? Yes or no?
Their movement speed, not his attack speed.
Do you agree they're relative?
But again, their normal movement speed, not attack speed. His attack speed is much faster. We're talking about his attack speed.
But they're literally relative to each other.
Not their attack speed. Jackal's attacks are faster. Natsu was only able to keep up and was able to contend with the superior speed Jackal had because of his elemental advantage because of Dragon Slayer magic.
Okay, wait, that's not why.
If it wasn't for that, then his attacks would have hit him. He wouldn't have been able to fight back, and he would have probably lost.
He just tanked him, so there was no point of him dodging.
But that was after he took the attack. He didn't know it.
There was no point of him trying to dodge.
Why would he not try and dodge? Why?
There's no point of him dodging.
It's an explosion. It can affect him, but he has to be
you not
able to
understand
eat it.
There's no point of him. Like he has no reason to attack.
It can still hurt him. He's not 100% immune, as we saw when Jackal bombed him.
But then he just gets like he just
But
like
it hit him. He ate afterwards. He ate after it hit him.
From it.
He ate after he ate it.
No, but he literally just heals from it because he eats the.
He doesn't heal. It's stamina. It's stamina and magic. He doesn't physically heal.
Okay, but
in fact, if you really want to be serious about it, it increases his strength, which would be why you could argue that he was faster against Jackal than he was against Franmoth, because he does get stronger when he eats at fire and explosions and heat.
And then he wasn't at full power against Franmoth.
No, that would have been more than his full power because Jackal's explosion would have made him stronger.
But he was still not okay. But he was still not as fast. He was not like at fought Franmoth.
He doesn't need to. I just said if he ate the explosion of Jackal's, that would have made him stronger than he was normally. Meaning that he's above normal.
On a tangent. Can we just go back to the main point so I can?
I was saying that the Dragon Force was consistent with a 10+ times multiplier, but being far superior than that of a far weaker 3 times multiplier. I was literally just saying that it was a consistent multiplier.
Okay, and then I don't know how you just got. Thing is, there's just no way for you to get 10. Like saying that was canon. It stated that the multiplier is 2 to 3 times, right?
That's a far weaker version.
I mean, he what's called the version that he
far weaker
was
one.
not even that much
Yes, it was.
How was it how was that even? Because he did 3 hits and then passed out.
He barely had any scales on him when he fought. The first time he had Dragon Force, then he had some on his forearms, and then when he fought Margear, that was the first time he ever activated Dragon Force on his own, and he had an advanced version, which when Dragon Slayers have a higher end version of Dragon Force, it shows natural specific traits. That's why Wendy has pink hair, she has feathers, Natsu had fire horns.
Okay, yeah, sure. He had that, right?
Yeah, it was a far superior version.
Using so going back to the 10 times, right? Using
I'm using
trying to scale Franmoth to base Natsu, right?
Franmoth to base Natsu, just base.
Yeah, okay, but once again, base Natsu was not at full power.
He was,
as I demonstrated.
Yes, he was. When he fought Jackal, he would have been above full power because he ate the explosion.
Then he got weaker because he had to use.
But when he healed him, when he went back to fight Jackal, he ate more of his explosions and then went into Lightning Flame Dragon mode, which is above base.
And then the only thing that Franmoth was catch him off guard.
It doesn't matter. His body would have to be fast enough to even catch him.
Okay, do you not know what off guard means?
So if he was off guard, he was in mid motion. How would he catch him if he was not as fast?
Because he's catching him off guard.
But he's literally moving. His speed is in motion. He's literally using his speed. So if you catch him, you have to be equal to that speed. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to catch him.
The attack, and then he stretched out and got him.
But the body part of his that stretched out would have to be at least able to catch Natsu's speed.
No, they caught him off guard.
If he stopped moving, then yes, but he was still moving, meaning he was still in mid motion. Meaning Franmoth had to match the motion. Meaning
it went under Natsu's leg, right?
No, it went over his shoulder. But the part that stretched out.
I'm gonna see if it's because it's not showing clearly enough.
The part that stretched out had to have been fast enough to catch up with him.
Why? When it's literally catching him off guard, it literally has an exclamation
mark. Because he's in mid motion. If he's moving, his speed is in mid motion. If the part of his body moves out and try and grab if somebody's moving, you have to be fast enough to catch them. But if he was standing still, but he wasn't standing, why would it matter if it was from behind? He was still moving.
Because do you not want off guard mean?
But why would his off guard matter if his speed is currently in mid motion?
Oh my God!
Why would it
get him getting caught off guard?
But that doesn't matter if he's moving. If the flash is running and somebody catches up to him without him noticing, does that mean they're somehow not as fast as him?
No, that's not the same thing at all.
Yes, if somebody runs up catching him while he's in mid-run,
that's not the same thing.
If somebody runs up to the Flash while he's running and punches him in the back of the head, are they relatable
Oh
in
my
speed.
god, that's not the same thing.
Yes, it is, because you have to be able to match their
No,
speed.
this is not. Oh my god. Oh
You
my-
have
okay,
to be
can
able to match their speed to even catch
Can you let me
them.
explain why that's different?
If you catch a character, do you have?
Can you let me? Okay, you're just not gonna let me talk.
No, because you're not making. You're acting like him not noticing.
So you're not gonna let me explain how that's different.
Go ahead, because you're gonna have to somehow make an
Okay,
argument that
the
him not
difference
noticing
between
somehow
someone,
lowers
like,
his
catching
speed.
up to the Flash and someone catching someone off guard mid-fight. Okay, in this instance, right, Natsu dodged the attack, and then all of a sudden, Franmar's hand is behind him, and it stretches out and catches him off guard. But someone running behind the Flash is so different, because if you're running behind the Flash and you catch up to him, that just means you have like the same like running speed or relative to him. But in this instance, right, he's dodged the attack, and then he's getting caught off guard by Franmar's like arm stretching out from behind him. So that's not the same thing at all. That's literally a false equivalence.
Well, if he's already, how does being off guard make his speed not there?
Okay, if you catch someone off guard, right? If you have to catch someone off guard, that means you're just obviously not.
But that's if like you sneak up and punch him if they don't know you're there.
He did sneak up on him.
No, he was mid motion though. He wasn't standing still. He was dodging an attack and literally moving.
Yes, okay, look. Okay.
He's literally in mid motion.
Standing up.
He's
you're
in
not
mid.
looking at the scan
I can tell you.
After Natsu dodges it,
after it hits him. After it connects to him, because he stops to look behind him.
Standing up.
No, he wasn't. Look, the panel right before that. The panel right before that. Look at the literal panel before that. He's moving. The next panel, it's because it grabs him.
He dodged it. He dodged it.
But he's in mid motion, meaning you would have to be able to match his speed to even catch him.
He didn't hit Natsu right there. What do you mean?
One of those is in front of him.
He didn't hit Natsu.
One of those is literally in front of his face.
Wait, what? Why does that matter?
It had to have matched his speed to even catch him.
He didn't catch him till after he dodged the attack.
But he's in mid motion. He didn't dodge and then stop moving.
Oh my god, Natsu dodged him, right? Then he stood up.
But he did not stop. He was still moving.
Oh yeah, he literally did.
Show me him stop. Show him standing still before it hit him. Like he's like, oh, you missed.
Okay, let me see if they have this scene in the anime.
The anime, you can't. The anime only scene is not the canon scene.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm not saying. Are you?
We're going
who's saying anything about it being an anime only scene?
Show me.
Anime can be like used to make it clear.
Okay.
Show me. You're completely ignoring the fact he was literally moving. He was moving. His speed was in mid motion. If you to catch.
Okay, look, you see the exclamation mark, Mike. That's not
because he was surprised that he got connected. Not so. That doesn't change the fact he was in mid motion.
That's him being caught off guard.
But being caught off guard does not completely subtract that his speed was moving. He didn't stop. He didn't dodge and then stand still. If he dodged, stood still, and then was surprised that he still got hit some, that'd be different. But he was in mid motion.
That's called being caught off guard. Do you want to just conclude?
But mid motion. You
want to go to conclusions?
Being caught off guard does not.
Do you want to go to conclusions?
Being caught off guard does not subtract motion and speed.
You want to go to conclusions?
The conclusion is you somehow think caught off guard means some loss of motion and speed. Yes.
That's not what off guard means, but you can conclude your argument. Go ahead and make a good conclusion.
The conclusion is he definitely caught him. It was still it was in mid motion.
Your conclusion of the whole debate.
The conclusion is Asta can't get close to Natsu. He literally burns up trying to get close.
Why I was not talking about.
Oh, you said I thought you said the whole debate. If you talk about just this specific, if we're talking about just this specific one, Franmoth caught Natsu.
This is what we were just talking about. Make your.
If we're talking about just
like your first time debating or something.
No, it's the first time talking to somebody who fucking can't listen.
You don't even know what a conclusion.
How high are you right now that you can't hear anything that I've said? Yeah, the conclusion is that when he fought Jackal, he ate explosions. Logically, canon material for how slaying magic works. He ate an explosion, got powered up. Afterwards, he got healed, 8 more explosions, and he didn't beat Jackal until he went into Lightning Flame Dragon mode. Saying that his base speed there does not really apply, considering that the only time he fought Jackal, he literally consumed explosions that would have made him stronger, which means he would be above his base form. After that point, with Franmoth, someone he did find in base with no outside power-ups, nothing outside of just his own strength, somebody who was able to catch him in mid-motion, to catch him literally moving, you would have to be able to have at least speed close to him. One of them is literally in front of him. One of the pieces of Franmoth is literally in front of him. It would have to be at least around his speed to catch him while he's moving.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Can you like mute yourself so you don't interrupt me during
Go
my
ahead.
conclusion, like a Spurg? All right. So my conclusion is basically. So first of all, we went over the stats part. You claimed that Natsu, I mean that friend scaled to Natsu, right? And you use that to like a 10 times because Mard gear is like 10 times, yeah, whatever. So basically with that, I showed the fact that Jackal has a speed of 1,800, right? And the fight before he fought Franmouth, recent like Jackal, I'm sorry, we agreed on the fact that what's it called? Jackal and Natsu are relative. And that was it called Natsu could react to Jackal. You even said that yourself. And also there was the fact that Natsu was like barely got hurt by his attacks and just because like everything that Jackal threw at him, Natsu could just eat. So there'd just be no point of him trying to dodge anyway. And Natsu would be relative to him, who has a higher speed. And then Franmouth proceeds to like have to catch Natsu off guard because scan. Natsu dodges the attack, right? Then the second scan, the next panel, it's like Natsu standing up and getting caught off guard by the fact he can stretch out the inside of his arm. And then with the fact with Mard gear, right? You claimed that if he uses two hands that his stats go up by 2. And I asked you to prove it and you never did. So you just left that. So I would also just win that point by default because you just never proved that. And then you also tried to say that his you also tried to make the claim that it was talking about the transformations. And I asked you multiple times to prove like to show anything that's like talking about a transformation on their stat card. And like I'm just saying it's based. The reason I'm saying it's based because it on the scan, like the scan itself, right? It just has the picture of them, like their normal forms, and on this picture, like on the scan, it just has their two like, main abilities. There's no mention of a transformation, and you're just asserting that they're talking about transformations. And you claimed it was the total. I asked you to prove why it would just be talking about the total of their transformation and their transformation in their base. You never proved that, so there'll just be I don't know how. So yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
That's it.
I just want I did bring up that that Margear after using two hands was able to just fine catch Lightning Flame Dragon Mode Natsu, Sting and Rogue all at the same time.
That's fine, but look, you claimed that it was 2 times.
Who with one hand he couldn't, and a powered up version of all of them he was able to.
You literally claimed it was 2 times, but okay.
Yeah, but if he's not able to catch
you
three,
can just leave it alone.
Look,
if
guys, here I made it long.
But if he's not able to catch 3 of them, and the second he uses 2 hands, he's able to.
Okay, we're done. Debate is
Okay.
over. We just went to
you think that if somebody is not looking at something while moving, they somehow are not. Like the speed is not present.
Listen, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but no one was here to judge, and no one here knows who's knowledgeable.
Wait, did you record
this? So
is this isn't this on your Insta?
This is on stream.
It's on his like.
Yeah.
But I mean, but real quick, I just wanted to know, what was your AP for Fairy Tail and
total or and it's weird.
Sosa.
Yeah,
it's weird total because Hiramashima connected all his universes into one big multiverse, and the guy who runs it is a god representation of himself, who created all the universes.
Well, but in this debate, like, where did you?
If we're just talking about Natsu by base is continental, scaling from Etherion.
All right. Well, I just want to let you know, me and my son Sosa, we're gonna have talks, but basically, I'm gonna probably like the universe, and Asta does have continental things too, but he didn't.
What does he have that's continental?
Yeah. There's Calyx. There's statement.
Is this the silly salamander ocean vaping feet that has no time frame or known volume of water vaped?
Listen, I'm not going to debate this right now because I'm tired.
I'm just saying, if it's involved in that, there's no time frame, there's no shown volume, and it's not consistent with what's shown.
Yeah, for this we can just discuss this later, but besides the continents, so there's other ways you can get them to like relative to continental, but there's the universal scaling, and that's pretty much it. But
the universal scaling is pretty silly, but go ahead. Universal Asta, shit.
Bro, I will literally. You sound like another nigga I know.
No, I'm just saying if you're trying to scale people to universal Black Clover, you're kind of goofy.
Bro, listen, bro.
I mean, do you think?
I'll gladly explain
Do you
to you
think?
this later.
Let me ask this question: do you think that Asta could reflect a full power attack from like Doctor Fate?
Hell no, what the fuck?
I don't know who.
Doctor, he's from DC.
No idea.
You can't do that. No.
Would you mind telling me who that is?
No.
No, Doctor Fate with fucking
listen.
solo Black Clover.
Yeah. Okay. Listen. The thing with Asta is like he will only be able to react and like deflect or negate whatever you want to say. Anything that's real.
Well, it should go up to his power level ceiling, which is licked because they were licked swords.
Yeah, or like whatever you have ASAP at, whether it's consonants or even.
Licked should scale up to like Lumiere, and that's like what, like around country level. I don't know where you're getting continental from.
Yeah. Well, no. Real quick though,
I don't know.
Do you agree with the double?
I don't agree with this weird continental feat. I mean, the largest thing in Black Clover is Lick's statement from Lumiere that he would be able to destroy the kingdom with his attack.
Yeah, definitely not. But later.
I mean, what's bigger?
Let me add you this friend real quick so we can discuss.
I mean, what's bigger? I mean, I can look into it if you just tell me what it is. You don't have to go into deep explanation.
It's just Earthy statement. I told you earlier, but just Earthy.
Oh, the Earthy thing. Wouldn't that be an Wouldn't that be an outlier because it's way above anybody that's above her by a drastic amount?
Well, hold on. It wouldn't. I mean, no one's scales to the worst C. So like,
But if you have characters like, if you have like, you have Patri and you have Julius and you have guys who are drastically above her. You see, they're all out. It's not even close to continental.
Yeah, there's like multiple statements like confirming that like she's like below these people. But like later, like I can just discuss the later like the universal scale because like it's hard to like explain. Like you had to do it like.
I mean, wouldn't that be like a controlled pocket dimension? I don't know if that's like...
pocket dimensions doesn't really matter. Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
that's pretty much what her power is. I mean,
good debate. GG for your win, but me and Sosa have a talk.
All right, well, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna play League and make dinner. Thank you.
All right, bro.
See ya.
All right.
I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. That was a 2-hour shit show. Asta fell to the mighty Natsu Dragneel, and it's still not even close. And I don't know if I even see it in the future. I mean, it can always be anything, but power level ceilings right now are drastically above for each one. I did win A1A. You can suck it. Anyway, thanks everyone for showing up. It didn't surprise me. I mean, it was so obvious when you have like some of the ridiculous feats that Fairy Tail has jumped up from the Albereth and onward, with like Ethereon being a starter at wall, and you got like the Dragon Cry Cannon, the Phoenix, which are ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for showing up. This was longer than I thought it would be, but I got stuff to do now. So see you guys later.